Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cock Council, Anfield Road TV, and of course the 1892 Reds TV. Of course, we're here for transfer deadline day. How are we, chat? Hopefully, everyone's good. Are Liverpool signing any players? We'll talk about that, of course, anyway. But we're going to be here, of course, from 8 till 11. We're going to take a look, of course, not only at Liverpool, we're going to talk about, of course, the general transfer market. Of course, there will be a bit of debate later on in terms, of course, about FSG and so on. Again, we'll get a bit on about that a bit later on. But as you can see, we are streaming everywhere. We're streaming on my channel, Jack's channel, and, of course, Ricky and Luke's channel as well. But first of all, Jack, how are we? Hope you're doing well.
Not too bad, mate. Thank you very much. And chat, do get your comments in this evening. If you are watching on the repeat, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, mate. And yeah, I'm optimistic, really. Probably too optimistic. Do I think Liverpool will get a signing in? No. And obviously, as you can see from the title and the thumbnail, I do think it's been a very disappointing window, to say the least, from Liverpool. Possibly a bit of what if, really, and for a club of the magnitude and the size of Liverpool Football Club as well. Go out there and get some players, well, yeah, like to address Arne Slot's weaknesses within the squad, in which we do have. So plenty to talk about tonight, mate. Thanks for having me.
Hello, Rick. I already know you're already thrilled and happy to talk about the transfer window. Anyway, but how are we? Hopefully doing good this fine Friday evening.
Mate, listen, when me and Luke said we were going to do this show, I was like, we might sign someone optimistic. Obviously, we signed Chiesa. I thought, the way they announced it yesterday, pushed it through quite quick, announced it quick. There'd potentially be one more to come through the door. Obviously, it's a shambles at the club, and that ain't happening. But yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it a little bit more with opinions and stuff, because I've got very, very opinions what should happen.
It should be fun. Anyway, of course, it's not going to be a structured stream. Anyway, of course, it's going to be full of course, random, absolute mess of things. Of course, obviously, we're going to talk about the transfer window, but of course, we're going to also have a bit of fun over the next couple of hours, of course. Anyway, but big up to everyone in the chat as well. Hopefully, doing well. If you're new around here to anyone's channels, of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all of that good stuff. Anyway, but big up John as well, saying no, we won't FSG fail us again. This comment was this morning about 10 minutes after I posted the stream as well. But big up John as well. Hope you're doing well. But big up Carl as well. Hope you're doing well. No signings as well, Gina. Yeah, it does look to be the case for Liverpool, which is a shame. Look, I think as Rick said, I think all of us had hoped Liverpool would have signed someone. Just one would have been nice. But again, lucky it looks to be the case that Liverpool are not going to sign anyone now anyway. But big up Cop as well, saying I'd be shocked if we get anyone in now. Yeah, 100% would agree with you on that, my friend, as well. And George, will see you soon, lads. Well, we will have George on, of course. Obviously, Chelsea perspective of the transfer window. Of course, we again should be fun signing players. Of course, anyway.
Sorry, there, Con. Get the likes in the videos as well. Chat gets it out there in the algorithm, not just on everyone's channel, really, even on mine as well. Run those likes up. Run the likes up on Connor's and obviously the 1892 Reds TV as well, Reds. Let us know. I've got a quiz. Not a quiz. Might as well be a quiz. Pretty sure that's what FSG are doing at the minute. In regards to I've asked a question, obviously, on my channel. Do you think it's a good window? So I'd say get your votes in, and we'll speak about that. Obviously, midway through the show, we'll see where the data is up to. I think that would be a good barometer, really, in terms of how the fan base is. Obviously, if you think it's been a good window, vote in the comment section for us Reds as well. Sorry, there, Con, just had to get that out. In terms of, it'd be interesting to see the reaction.
Freaking interrupting me! How dare you?
It's a free host panelist. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of arguments tonight as well, and that's what's going to drive debate as well. So. Yeah, it'd be a bit boring if we all agreed on the same thing.
And get the clips up as well. No, I'm kidding. But so okay. Anyway, let us know your guys' thoughts. Anyway, of course, obviously we'll speak. Of course, we'll start on a positive note if you want. Of course, obviously, look, the positive being Federico Chiesa. Rick, Obviously, we've seen him today in training, look decent. Obviously, first interactions with Arne Slot and obviously many of the other lads as well. Obviously, we know from Arne Slot's press conference, he's not going to be in the squad for the weekend. But, you know, in a bit of positive news, again, he's not going to go to Italy for the international break neither. So where are you in the first steps for Federico Chiesa being a Liverpool player?
No, listen, like it's a decent signing. Like we've all been when we did our shows this week saying what a top signing it is. It'd feel like a top signing if we did the other business that we needed to do this summer. Like that could have just been the icing on the cake, the Chiesa deal. But it's a little like as good as a signing, it just puts a little bit of a down on it. Like even the goalkeeper, Mamardashvili, like we've signed him to take over from Alisson. Eventually, them two signings plus a number 6 and potentially a centre back would have been a 10 out of 10 window.
For me, it seems like, Reds, let us know your thoughts. We've cut for every single season, even under Jurgen Klopp as well. We've been playing catch up with ourselves. Obviously, playing catch up with Man City is basically nigh on impossible, really, because they're funds. But let's not beat around the bush and say, like, Liverpool's wage, like, obviously we've got one of the highest wage bills in Europe, and we can all agree, every fan out there can. But the amount of money this football club generates out of you as a fan, in terms of your subscriptions, buying the shirts, the matchday revenue, the good performances under Jurgen Klopp, going to 3 Champions League finals as well. I think in terms of the when the time does come to replace Salah, to replace Van Dijk and the majority of this core Liverpool side, we don't have to outlay quite a lot of money unless we're just going to pray that we get another Andy Robinson, another couple of 20 million gems and all that. And we all know we're not expecting, no Liverpool fan out there is expecting us to spend £100 million on 6 players. Not this notion that the mainstream media in terms of Sky and when they ask Liverpool fans, what you want? It's no, we want to be seeing the squad be competitive and being consistent and future planning as well. Because the fact that Liverpool have allowed in any business to allow their 3 biggest assets within the squad to run down their contracts to the last year, it's an absolute joke, if I'm being honest. Because say it gets to January and Van Dijk agrees to join PSG or Real Madrid, Real Madrid will be knocking on the door of Van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold and possibly even Salah as well. I know obviously you've got Rodri and all, like the great attacking depth, but if you watch Real Madrid at the minute, their balance in their attacking line is an absolute joke. I think Ancelotti, off the back of last night's draw again, he said he indicated the balance of the team is absolutely shocking, and he said he needs to address it. So yeah, it's and we're not doing a tonight chat if you FSG on or FSG out. That's not, we're a fan base as a whole. We want expectations of this football club to be the best possible outcome as well. If you agree or disagree, everyone just stay respectful in the comments as well, and just be respectful to everyone in terms of social media as well. We can all have different opinions, but just try and express it a bit better with each other and have a civilized debate as well.
But the window is a massive failure. There's no sugarcoat it. It's a 2 out of 10 at best for me. I just think it's embarrassing. Like listen.
Well, let us know. Hang on, Rick. Let everyone in everyone's chat as well. Obviously, give us your ratings in terms of the window, because I know all of us have our opinions on it, but I want to know your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, 1 to 10. 10 being obviously the best one.
The best.
And so get them in.
I said to you boys earlier, Richard Hughes needs to resign. It needs to go.
Why?
Because he hasn't. Why? Because he hasn't sorted out Trent, Mo, or Van Dijk's contract. He's had 3 months to look at what we can do in this transfer window. Slot pretty much told everyone we need a 6, and Endo's not these plans, bringing on a 16-year-old kid.
The move for Zubimendi massively indicates that we were in the market for one.
Yeah, so don't tell me you can't find an alternative player that's better than Endo, Curtis Jones, in a 6. You're telling me there's something in world football. We're acting like we won the quadruple last season. We finished 3rd, by the way, and all we've done this summer is spent 12 million on Chiesa. he needs to go Richard Hughes because it don't look like he can organise a piss up in the brewery.
No, but this
Like,
is... Sorry, David. Carry on. Think of what you were going to say. Sorry, I'm just going to interject. In regards to the... Look at what we've done with Jurgen Klopp as well, though, mate. And just, that was our best manager in the Premier League era by a bloody mile, by a stretch. And even he was knackered by the end of his tenure at Liverpool. He got out. He's probably... The board's probably said to him, "Oh, you're getting 20 million, lad, to spend in the window." And he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I've took this football club to the top peak in European football, top of the Premier League." He himself and the great technical work as well. Obviously, transfers are caveated as well in terms of, but Jurgen Klopp was the master of getting the maximum out of his players. Arne Slot, we're asking again, FSG or the infrastructure of the football club is asking. And we all get that's the fundamental principles of a great head coach or a manager of any football club is to get the maximum out of the club, out of their players as well. But if, say, sorry there, Rick, we're only a couple of injuries away from being decimated there.
I just think it's embarrassing. We're run like a low level Prem Championship team, like in terms of spend 40 mil profit. Like, we finished third last season. It's not like we bought this league and we didn't need no one to come in and improve the squad. I mean, we're one injury away from Van Dijk. Konate is a prawn cracker at centre half. Curtis Jones is injured again in midfield. So you're only one injury away from injury. Robertson and Costas at left back made a cheese string as well. So like I'm hearing we've got great squad depth. Of what? People that sit on the NHS table.
I think it's a very... I think when you looked at our squad, I think all of us have said this, haven't we? Like, Liverpool's squad didn't need dramatic change. It needed improving on. It needed a centre half. It needed, because again, obviously, I'm gonna get people's thoughts. And again, Gary 2 out of 10, Mike saying 0.5 out of 10. That's simply £40 million profit is unacceptable. And I think that's the thing. And I think we said it early on off camera, where if Liverpool had got a Zubimendi done, had got then Mamadashvili and then Chiesa on top of that, you can kind of then see, okay, we've got centre halves there. But again, that's a failed objective as well. That again, we haven't really been linked with a centre back all season.
It's this narrative as well, and we all want Ryan Gravenberch to be absolutely amazing. No Liverpool fan out there, but this notion of like everyone now pulling out, going, but Gravenberch is playing well. He is. That's the whole point of having a squad. Look at Manchester City and like the great Barcelona stuff. Any top competitive side, even into Milan, there's a lot of rotation of playing. Fergie was the master of bringing in players, not like wholesale changes, but he'd bring in that, like Robin van Persie. Like, if you can see a league title on the horizon, like this side, we're going to possibly waste another 6 months with Salah, with Van Dijk, some of our best players we've ever had in the Premier League era. For what? Just a bit of, we'll wait for the right player. Like,
we talk about ambition. What's that in terms of contract extensions? Like, they're going to look at it and go, well, we haven't brought anybody in to be, apart from Chiesa, to bring in and be ambitious. It's like, we've still got, we've got a number 8 playing as a 6 or trying to turn him into a number 6. Again, it may work out, and hopefully Ryan Gravenberch is the second coming of Ruud Gullit in that sense. But it's that sense, though, as well, where, again, in the terms of Liverpool identifying and sorting out the 6, they failed yet again for another summer. And that's now 2 on the bounce, where, okay, we won the Carabao Cup, but we didn't win the Premier League, we didn't win the Champions League last year. And again, they say, again, if you don't upgrade, you're going to fall behind even more. And all right, under new management, again, certain situations may change, like we saw against Brentford on the weekend. Again, once Liverpool 2-0 up, again, they turned things down. Again, that will help us going into the future. But at the present moment in time, we don't know how we're going to react to a City away, an Arsenal away. We haven't had those types of tests yet. Until we have those tests, we're not going to see how Liverpool deal under that pressure under Arne Slot yet.
The season we won the league, we got extremely lucky that Eric Laporte got injured, and their whole team just
we got lucky that we didn't get any injuries ourselves.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we literally haven't rotated. Well, it was Mane, Salah, like, and even the back five as well. Like, this squad hasn't, like, for the last better part of the best Klopp years, there was literally no rotation. And yes, we all know, every Liverpool fan knows, 1 to 11, when everyone's fully fit and performing well. But let's not be naive to the point that injuries will happen this season. There's an extra 4 more games in the Champions League group stages, or the massive group, or league, whatever you want to call it now. So, and it's going to be ultra competitive. Rick, you mentioned it before we come on here. Do you think this could be a plan in regards to, and this is where you want to flip on its head and just say, if it's Arne Slot's idea of him wanting a smaller squad, then just say it, Arne. If Arne Slot come out and show, but do you not think? I don't know.
No, my man's head coach. He don't get no say. He gets told, "Is your players is what you're coaching." But Richard Hughes should sit his ass down on the next press conference with Slot and explain what happened this window.
But that's not going to happen. Sadly,
no, it won't happen. Yeah. But you want to call Arne Slot a head coach and not a manager like Klopp was, like Benitez was, like Rodgers technically was. You've come out and made it known. You've spelled it in capital letters. Arne Slot is head coach, not manager, head coach. So you come into his press conferences. Mate, listen, Richard Hughes made himself some sort of big man on his opening day of working with Liverpool, standing next to Slot, taking photos, sitting in a press conference with Slot, talking a big game, August this, August that. August, you done nothing. So you should sit there and why should Arne Slot have to answer every question in the press conference? Transfers, contract. That's down to Richard Hughes now because you've made it known. Head coach. That's it. He's a coach. So you come in and talk what you're doing at the club because you've been here 3 months and it don't look like you've done anything.
Mm-hmm. I think the biggest concern, I think when we are rating the transfer window, I think again based on players in and out, I think that's what we base it on. But and again, I don't think people would be too concerned if we had if we'd gone on to sign players and done what we thought was needed at the squad. But I think the one thing that is a bit more concerning is that's all we're hearing in the media. And again, this might be the players saying this in respect, but I feel like when they say we haven't had no contract talks yet, nothing's getting spoken about. It's like, what are we doing in that sense? And again, look, contracts, they don't get done in transfer windows. That's simple. But talks to start.
But why not?
Like now. No, exactly. It's like, why not? But it's also that sense of as well, when Liverpool, again, everyone's a bit too relaxed about the situation. And I'm like, come on. They can talk to anyone in 3 months' time. They can literally agree to go to Real Madrid.
If you're those
PSG,
3 lads,
Barcelona.
I'm telling you, Real Madrid will literally be knocking on the door for all 3 of those players, mate. They honestly will. It's every top side in Europe will be. Even Manchester City, just Trent there. Pep Guardiola, if he stays around long enough, it will happen. And it's just like, regardless, if Liverpool didn't have the great infrastructure in terms of the squad, in terms of, say, if this was a team that Klopp did inherit of that absolute shambles, then sound. But we are on a level now where, say, in another 5-6 years, when those players have got a lot more older and they've left the football club, strengthen when you're on top. Strengthen on top. Don't wait for 2-3 years down the line where we will be in a position where we'll need to spend more money. Because as soon as whatever happens with Salah and the other lads, if they all go, everyone in Europe knows Liverpool and then literally have, war chest. But we joke about it. But let's not forget, we have got bare money. We have. Yeah. This notion that Liverpool have not got money to spend is an absolute...
They've already shown their cards in that regard. Again, they were going to go and sign Anthony Gordon for 75 million. They were going to go and buy Martin Zubimendi for the release clause. They've already shown that. There's no excuses for it.
This is why, what was it, Van Dijk last season? He spoke about the recruitment drive last summer as well, and he was saying we need to strengthen this season. A couple of weeks ago, he was in an interview. Yeah, he was saying, and that's the captain of the football club. It's all right, us fans saying like we want improvements, but when you got the captain of a football club, that speaks volumes, not just to us fans, but it speaks volumes to any incoming players or anyone in that changing room as well. Because you're telling me, as soon as this window does shut, and Van Dijk, and this is what part of the discussions will be for the three lads that want to sign. Trent, of course, he's a scouser and all that, but he's won everything. I think what everyone kind of forgets is Gerrard didn't win the Premier League with Liverpool. Trent has already won the Premier League and the Champions League. Obviously Real Madrid is Real Madrid. They are a bigger club than Liverpool. But it comes down to his love for the club. I'm not saying Trent might leave, but at the end of the day, Gerrard didn't win the Premier League.
So like if you're going back off of last season, right? Klopp got so much stick for hiring his mate in Samak. Edwards is hired his mate, but at least Samak did say it last summer. Activated 3 release clauses. Richard Hughes is coming. I know kind of what you're going to say, but Richard Hughes, I just don't get it. Richard Hughes come in with a massive reputation, apparently, of being known in world football as being this, that, and the other. He come in, sat down next to Slot. August will be a busy month for us. That's when the transfers will happen.
When?
I mean, we've spent 12 mil. Because people are saying, oh, no, we've spent 35 mil on the goal. That don't come out till next summer, that money.
Lads, we didn't give contract renewals to Thiago, Joel Matip, and the other lads that left at the back end. Naby went, was it 2 seasons ago? Ox went, his wages have gone off the wage bill as well. Am I missing any other players in terms of the first team?
Richard Hughes needs to go, man. My man needs to just come in Monday morning, accept he's a failure, and just say the club's too big for him.
Wait, I'm sorry. I've just seen Fabrizio Romano's just tweeted about Raheem Sterling going to Arsenal.
Yes, alone, innit?
Yeah, but apparently it might include an obligation to buy, which apparently the price it could be 45 million. Jesus Christ. Spending 45 million on Raheem Sterling. Jesus Christ.
And he spoke about the ambition when he done his interview. He said he wanted to go to City to win trophies. And I get Liverpool at that time where we are today in terms of the squad depth. But that goes straight back to my point that I've just said 5 minutes ago. Players in that changing room want to be having that ambition. Like, don't get me wrong, didn't know when Sterling done it was a Granada interview and all that, and we woke up and like, oh lads, just go, lad, if you want to go. Like, of course, the club, we want players that want to play for the club, but
I think for me,
if you've seen this Liverpool based reporters who do Liverpool news are taking shots at the fans by most fans want the club to be run like Man United and Chelsea. No, we're not asking for that. We're asking for 1 or 2 transfers that will improve this team from finishing 3rd last season. A glaring hot. Listen, we've been trying to find a 6 since Tchouaméni.
Well, but it's even you look on them, and I think that's probably the most frustrating part as well. When even after the Zubimendi stuff, I think all of us said at the time was, okay, fine. If Zubimendi does want to join, he does want to join. We don't want those people at the football club. But when then the reports are coming out and saying, oh, it was only Zubimendi and that was it, and you go, well, wait, hang on a minute. Like, you've got we looked yesterday, to be fair, in terms of data, and there's about 4 or 5 centre mids out there who could do the job that Zubimendi was going to do for Liverpool. And it's then the question of, again, why have you not gone for it? And the only way I can think just about that is if they think there is someone out there. Again, we may not have said.
No, but lad, how many transfer windows have every Liverpool fan got to wait for that, lad? Like, as I said, the club, like, fair enough, have you said, if that is the case, mate, just be transparent with the fans. Yeah. Like, just do a little 5-minute video at the end of the window, Richard Hughes, if you're watching, lad, hopefully. Just say that the players that we wanted weren't, like, sound. We've got at least some clarification from you in terms of the vision of the football club going forward. Like, and all of us will be made up if we do the contract agreements. But it's literally, I've been on YouTube, 7-8 years? I mean, many of Liverpool transfer windows under FSG as well. But it's going to be textbook, for anyone. Like, it will be textbook in a couple of hours after the window contract announcements agreed, and we'll be all buzzing. But it's classic PR from the football club and any business, really. A bit of positive news just to put on the back of what has been a disappointing window in terms of strengthening the squad in the overall sense. Yeah, I tell you, if Chiesa cost 70, 80 million in the window, Liverpool wouldn't have signed him. We've only signed him because it's the typical FSG model. And I know the football club and FSG's model has completely changed now. It's flipped on its head. But we only signed Chiesa because he was available and Juve didn't want him in the squad. And he was 10 million. And his wages were what? 80 K a week. That's the reason we've signed him. And we all know his footballing qualities as well. And I'm made up. He's the most happiest man on Merseyside that he signed for Liverpool. We're all buzzing to see him. But can he play 6? I don't know. Can he be a ball retention number 6 at the pivot? I don't know.
Well, to be fair, if we're bringing in Mamanashvili next year, hopefully he can be our 6, transitioning from a goalkeeper into a 6 anyway. But of course, guys, let us know your guys' thoughts. Of course, there is 150 people in all of our channels. So if you are new, of course, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We will be here till 11 o'clock. We will talk more general in terms of course, the transfer window. We won't just talk about Liverpool as well, because we will have George on in a little bit as well to speak about Chelsea. I'm probably going to rip him as well, speaking about Chelsea and signing up, signing players. But I think
we'll get to Billy's comments as well. Just Billy, in regards to your comments, like we couldn't get through many over the line. Couldn't get what else, Billy? When Arne Slot has literally said that he wanted like a 6 in. Like the fact that the club were entertaining bids as well for Endo. Like it's like, Billy, do you want to show some ambition as well? Because it will come a point where we need to replace these players. Like I don't know. Like
I will get to everyone's comments in a minute. I can't see everyone's in a minute. But hello, Kev. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully having a good holiday. But Trent is gone as well. I hope, again, I'm not going to say anything on that, but all 3 will leave and no one will protect FSG soft fan base as soft match going fans as well, says Mike. Exactly. If I was at a job, I did a little in 3 months and got... my mind went completely back then.
Get back on the road, lad.
There you go. I can do that on this stream. Let me quickly swap that background for you guys. But exactly, if you accomplished as little as in 3 months, I would have been fired. Yeah, I think a lot of people would have been exactly the same in that as well. But Ian's saying we have Trent literally 4 months away from being able to sign a pre-contract with another club. It's priceless. Yeah, again, our best asset in that sense, being available for a free transfer. Again, that should never have been the case, should it? Realistically as well. Big up yourself, saying Hughes asked Slot if we know anybody with the uni day discount before he looks for any players to buy as well. Does Daddy Bowley do that as well, Yusuf? I think he's already his gift cards have already expired, to be fair. What is the Liverpool news as well? Nothing, Cal.
Well, the announcement of Nat Phillips going, even though on loan when Liverpool rejected a bid in this window.
Yeah.
Like, did we turn down 4 or 5 million for them? Is that correct?
Yes.
And then now we've just loaned them out.
Yeah. So basically, if anybody's just here for the Liverpool news in general, so obviously, like as Jack just said, Nat Phillips has gone to Derby County on loan for a season-long loan. Of course, the Brazilian goalkeeper, of course, Petaluga, I think I've said that right, has gone to Livingston for a season as well. It looks like Ben Doak is going to go to Middlesbrough as well. I think he's having a medical there at the moment as well. And Stefan Bajcetic, the big news for leaving Liverpool today. Of course, he's left on loan to go to Salzburg. But what do we think on the Stefan Bajcetic loan move? Of course, Jack, it was between, of course, him and Tyler Morton. Of course, Tyler Morton's now stayed at the football club, but of course, Stefan Bajcetic reuniting with the likes of Bobby Clark and of course Pep Linders. But what's your thoughts on on him leaving for
Just saying, straight away, if a £40 million bidding or 25, 30 million coming for Bajcetic, he would not be at the football club because the club would have wanted to have made a profit. If I'm being honest, as much as everyone will say within the club that obviously we see a bright future and hopefully he does do really well in the Champions League with Salzburg this year, with Pep Linders as well. Was that part of their model? Send all your ex-assistant coaching staff to another club instead of just buying Toulouse, or was it whoever the club that FSG were trying to buy in the French League 2 or whatever. But yeah, it's that's a way of like not having a football club and it helps. But yeah, I done a show a couple of weeks ago, Connor, and I think in terms of the style of a number 6 or a pivot player, really, under Arne Slot, he wants that ball retention. He wants someone on the ball that is capable to get out of tight spaces. Bajcetic, obviously, the injury that he had was last year or the year before, not really settled in terms of getting back into the Liverpool squad. Alone does well, but I think come next season, if Liverpool get a sizable bid in, I don't think Bajcetic will be at the club, mate, if I'm being honest.
I think I slightly disagree. I think he will be here for next season. I think.
Well, if he was there, why wouldn't he not be in the starting 11?
I think, yeah, but the problem is he's just come off an 18-month injury. That's the thing. It's like at the minute, where would he be in Liverpool's pecking order at the present moment in time? If Arne Slot thinks that McAllister and Gravenberch are the first two, and then below that is Endo and Curtis Jones.
Is he? Is Endo there? Because for me, pre-season, he was getting overlooked by a 16-year-old kid.
True, I would agree, but at the moment he's still here. So, even now, I think Tyler Morton's above Wataru Endo in the pecking order. I'd say the number 2, if we're talking about the top, in the double pivot, that's Maka and Gravenberch. But if we're talking about then who's below that, say that's if one of them gets injured, it's then Curtis Jones and Tyler Morton for me. Again,
Curtis Jones is injured again.
Shock. We're not surprised by that anymore. Anyway, but Gary saying this club is moving like Millwall. I swear Millwall have signed players this season. I would be surprised if they haven't. Anyway, but get your guys' comments in, of course, as well. Let us know your guys' thoughts as well. Sideline saying it's a disappointing transfer window. I think we did not sign a centre back or even be linked with a centre back just to keep Gomez around and give him assurances. Yeah. Sure, I'm sorry, but yeah, I think it is a bit of a mad one, isn't it? We haven't truly been linked with a proper centre half this season, which is a bit of a mad one. But if you ask me, he would be happy to play in goals as he is a team player. I don't know who that's referring to. But for midfield, I think we could not find a cheap choice. Lol.
Oh, yeah. I've just read Billy's comment back. Sorry there, mate. I think you were having to go with FSG, really. None of those, really, mate. But do apologise. That's how angry FSG is.
You know what? I read it. I was like,
there you go. He's no longer in the chat. There you go. We're out. What are you doing?
Connor, from a graphic point of view, that really does my head in. Why have you not got a background on your overlay and all that, lad?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Graphics. I'll make sure to add that to the next deadline stream.
Go on, lad.
Absolutely. By the way, this is the absolute one who did the graphics, not me. So I just applied it. So blame him. But Gary's saying Liverpool signed Varela ASAP. Well, that was a good, exciting 15 minutes last night, wasn't it? With Varela potentially joining Liverpool before our friend James Pierce did put an end to that, which thank you, James. Very much enjoyed that. But who's asked about not signing random bums? The Reds are to a 38 game streak. Will win the quad. Force Arne Slot's tricky Reds. Joy, I love that comment. Hopefully, you're right.
If this team does not get injuries, we will be competitive. Every Liverpool fan wants that, but you've got to counterbalance that with what if.
Listen, I'm not having no one moan about injuries this season from our fan base at all. Obviously, people in the comments seem to be FSGs, which I agree with totally. I think they're it's all right though. They saved us. So, but
they've got a 4 or 5 billion worth company off the back of like investing 300, 400 million.
I'm seeing a lot of FSG arse lickers on social media. So I don't want to hear no moaning about injuries when our midfield is decimated because Curtis Jones is a prawn cracker. McAllister gets booted to the higher heavens every game by opposition players. So Bosler had a few injury problems last year. Harvey Elliott has a few injuries here and there. Gravenberch, we don't really know what his fitness is like long term because he's got to play 63 games in DM this season. So no, Gomez is a prawn cracker. Kanate is a prawn cracker. The fullbacks are. So we can't have no moaning when we're struggling for injuries and missing games.
A good coach or head coach or team or manager is only as good as his players he's got within his squad. Go to the 60s and 70s and like the 80s of Liverpool's dominance in Europe and in the domestic league as well. We still had to bring in players then. We had to bring in Kenny for what was, at that period in time, a record fee for Kenny Dalglish. Ian Rush, we brought him in. X, Y, and Z, the legendary players Liverpool did bring in. That still revolved around a transfer budget and structure. Like, if we had money then, of course. But without those players, we would not have been the Liverpool that we love and know today as well. We'd be Tottenham. Like, and we are in a period of time now where money is awash within football. Value for players is gone through the roof. And fair enough, if you don't want to engage in that market, Liverpool, but we are in the market. Like, there's penny pinching and then there's, like, just what we're doing. Couldn't get, like, too many over the line but it's not a case of not getting too many all those years ago. We should have started those negotiations 2 years prior or like, look to get, like,
one thing I would argue with that, though, it's like the fact that Tchouaméni wanted to go to Real Madrid. Like, that was plain and simple from day one. He wanted Madrid. Like, again, Caicedo and Lavia. Yeah, but no, exactly. That's the thing. But, like, again, with Lavia and Caicedo, Chelsea were in negotiations for Caicedo for months and months and months. Liverpool, again, turned up late. But that's the thing for me that's most annoying. The Lavia situation. Now, again, Lavia's been injured for a year, so kind of Liverpool, did good on that.
And he's the best of the two of them as well.
Yeah, exactly. You saw how good he was against Manchester City on their opening day. Liverpool messed around in that situation and then went, okay, we're going to go after Moises Caicedo. Like, why on earth we did that, I can't tell you. But if we clearly identified, and again, that's how much of a mess last summer was. I know, Rick, you said in terms of Yorkshire did a good job. I think he did a really bad job because, again, it's down on them too. Again, Jurgen Klopp included in this, that, again, no contracts were sorted. No contracts was talked about. It was all about, and again, that's understandable towards the second half of the season because, again, Klopp's going. So, again, he's not going to care about that. He's cared about, again, doing well for the team. But, like, Liverpool, like, we all say Liverpool been a well-oiled machine behind the scenes for many years. When you actually look at it, Liverpool been really bad in terms of, again, Van Dijk, Salah, Trent, their contracts going down, again, not addressing the number 6 position. And again, when fans then get angry about that and then want, again, some, what's the right word, authority being used to get the job done, and then when it's not getting done, people get really, really frustrated. And again, that's the whole thing about FSG out, FSG or whatever. But it's just show a bit of narrative, just sort the club out and get the best players and get what the manager wants. Because we've all said the manager should be backed from a million miles when he gets into the football club.
I'm telling you, if we had a manager like Roy Hodgson in charge of this football club now, the fan base as a collective would be up in arms, and like we did with Roy, because everyone agreed in terms of his management ability, well, lack of management ability. We all as a fan base, we all agreed on that. But it's just mad, mate. FSG now have got, like, as we said, they bought the club for pennies, more or less, and they've turned it into $1 billion company. They're made up. It's a bit similar with, like, the Glazers at United as well. Like, it's literally the similar as the Glazers at United. FSG now is a football club and milking every single Liverpool fan from a global perspective. They're made up. Liverpool's fan base is one of the biggest in world football for a reason, because we all love this football club. But like at the end of the day, but you'll have the people going, "Oh yeah, if we were 10th, I'd still love this football club." Obviously, there's got to have those ambitions as well. But yeah,
What's Rick just seen? Because he's
what
just
have
had
you
a massive
seen there,
smirk
love?
on his
Huh?
face.
What
No,
What
so
have you just seen? Oh,
Chelsea
Christ.
was selling that Washington to Stroudsburg, weren't they? Their own sister
Yeah.
club for
Yeah.
22 million. It's collapsed
Has it?
because
Can
Chelsea
you play
is scared that the Premier League will investigate the transfer.
I wonder why. Who said that? Is it Ornstein who said it? Or
Nah,
Romano?
Liquid.
Ah, okay. That's fair enough. It'll be interesting whether or not if, like, even though like the Raheem Sterling to Arsenal deal, like, because does anybody know, has Chelsea advanced in terms of getting Sancho? Has that happened?
And
Like,
Osimhen and all that.
Yeah.
I think they've got a real good coach, Reds. And say if Chelsea in another 12 months are actually competing with Liverpool and do jump above us, have we become Tottenham now? Like in terms of we're like celebrating top four. Like for years, we all joked at Arsenal at the back end of Arsene Wenger's tenure, going, but that in itself was a miracle. Like in terms of what he was doing. Obviously, it was sad what happened, and he should have went Wenger 5 years earlier than he actually did. But I don't think the ambition within the football club is. I think FSG's mandate really at the beginning of every year will be European football and I say Champions League. But I think even without Champions, we live in a world now in terms of like football in general. European football, like, does that make that much of a difference in regards to the commercial sides of Liverpool? Like the club makes so much more money compared to obviously the expenditure. It would be interesting. There's a lot more better people out there well adverse to finances than all three of us here. But it would be interesting for like any Liverpool fans out there in terms of just analysing the data and the income, because Liverpool's income from a financial sense is going to be an absolute joke, mate.
Just to answer Avengers' comment as well. Again, incomings, no, there isn't anything happening. Again, unless we do get a random bit of news in the next hour. But no, nothing's happening on ins, outs. Of course, Nat Phillips has just been confirmed going to Derby. Like I said, Petaluga has gone to Livingston. Ben Doak is currently in Middlesbrough having a loan. Medical as well, and obviously Stefan Bajcetic has gone out on loan as well. I think that's all the outgoings for today, right? As far as I
think so, more or less,
as far as I know. Anyway, but again, I feel sorry for Nat Phillips. You know, we were speaking about it a bit earlier on, but I feel sorry for him because
I don't. He's on 30, 40 odd grand a week, mate.
No, but yeah, of course not. And yeah, but look, he's a professional footballer, but he should have been sold in 20. After that 2021, what was it, the 2021 season when he got his Champions League football with Reece Williams, he should have been sold. And again, you could probably blame Jurgen Klopp for that, because I think we did at one point have a deal agreed with, I think it was Burnley, for I think it was 12 million, and we said no to it because I think Joel Matip got injured or somebody got injured. And we turned that down at that time. So, it looks like he's going to leave on a free transfer.
And don't mention that centre-back issue that we had a couple of years ago where we were scraping around the Championship for Ben Davis and the fan base was just laughing and going, is he a hologram? It's like, it's like, what was that? Like, I think, and that's why when Jurgen Klopp got to like January, just like, it couldn't be bothered really. Here we go. What have you seen there?
Glad to see someone's comment, Dave.
I'll get people's comments in a minute, but guessing Edward's out stats for Simps. No, I'm not going to say that. We will play so many games this season due to the new Champions League format, so there will definitely be more fatigue and injuries, and yet our team is proper thin with more outgoings than incomings. FSG take the L as well. Well, look, Liverpool could end up playing another 2 games, another 4 games if we're in that playoff. bracket as well, which again it's not great if that is the case. But Spence could have gotten Sterling back for 45 million and made a 5.
That is great satire, that Kev.
Jesus
Great
Christ. But could Liverpool still look to sign somebody outside of the window for January? Does anybody want to take that?
Is that Arthur Mello's available? Are we going to get him again?
He's gone to Napoli. He's not available anymore.
Well, that's one name for the FSG's playbook. We'll get that. Can't get him.
Rick, what was the comment you saw? Like, I'm trying to see. What was the comment you see?
Footy geek, useless, negative channel, F off. Sausage.
No, we're not trying to be negative. But
Got to be on FSG's payroll, isn't he? Whoever he is.
Oh well, nice.
Yeah, you're not allowed to disagree with everyone.
Yeah,
different narratives, though. But
no, look, again,
we live in a world, and like everyone should be allowed to think.
Yeah, but we don't want to be negative. That's the thing. We don't want to be completely negative. And again, looking at the football side, again, it's a really exciting squad, and it is. But especially added to that, of course, of Federico Chiesa. But again, if the 1 or 2 injuries happen, it's then Christ. Again, last season we didn't even have a single left back fit at one stage of the season when we could have very much looked at it as well. To be fair, I have missed the super chat. I do apologize. Of course, it's only just come through. But big up Donny's Phil saying window is a disgrace for a new manager. Yes, it is.
Big up there, mate. Nice one for your super chat.
But yeah, thank you very much for the super chat as well. Of course, we do have Luke. Luke, give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Is our time now convenient for them?
Look at you shaking your head. What time do you call this, mate? Friggin' 50 minutes late. Absolute disgrace. Right, I'll get Luke on. Anyway, there we go. Wind McKenna up a bit more. There we go. Hello, Luke.
All right, ready yet?
You shook your head.
I didn't put your thumbs up.
I was going to say, you have to comb your quiff, lad, but it's just a bit like mine, lad. A bit thin.
For God's sake. Anyway, but Luke, how are we? Hope we're doing well.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's just a normal day, innit? Last day, the deadline day. It's probably, is it Vinny O'Connor that stands outside Melwood? Yeah. He must have the most boring job on that day. Literally standing there announcing nothing in terms of incomings. 12 million, lads. I'm not counting the goalkeeper. Chiesa's a very good signing for the amount of money. He provides good depth, provides good options, especially out on the right-hand side, Jack. He will play a lot of his games, I would suppose, even though he probably could play through the left or even through the centre, who knows, with the system. But 12 million. Yeah, Birmingham are spending potentially 10 million on a striker and they're in League One. It just goes to show Richard Hughes can be blamed. There's a lot of people that can be blamed, but these owners, man.
Ricky's knackered already. He's only 48 minutes into the stream. What are you doing at that angle?
You do realise we're doing this for 11, right?
Yeah, no, I've got the dog upside down sitting there. So.
My dog's here tonight. She's fell asleep over there, and I'm not being funny. That should be me at the moment because I can't see anything coming in at 11 o'clock tonight.
Jesus Christ, Adventure! I've just seen that
will happen though. That will happen. FSG.
That the lads from Fulham.
Napoli.
He used to Fulham before.
Yeah. Gary's put. Luke's just finished his chicken cottage,
mate.
Hot wings, kid.
Chicken cottage is more of a sort of South London thing. Me and Rick, where we are, it's more favourites, which is sort of a lot better. But yeah, I wish I was Gary, to be fair.
Melo currently still playing for Juventus. Be careful what you wish for. John Henry watches all fan channels. Yeah, Jesus Christ, can't wait for Arthur Melo 2.0.
You have a party at the end of the year when
Adventure. I know it was a joke, but I just saw the name and I was like, no.
They have a party at the end of the year throwing them £50 notes that you saved this summer, innit?
Where's the money,
Hughes
John?
has made them. Well, yeah, Hughes has made him a load of money as well this
We
summer.
should have had that. I didn't think of that. We should have had like a graphic of where's the money, John. We should have done it. We should have done it.
It's mad though, mate. Just quickly, it's mad because look, Chiesa's he's a very good signing, as I said, and as we've all said, you know, he provides good experience. Obviously, he's played at a good level for a number of years internationally as well. You know, and for me personally, he's going to be a good signing, I think, over a 2 or 3 year period. But it's beyond a joke now, isn't it? I mean, we've heard from Twitter years back, obviously, it's going to be a war chest. Then, you know, we're going to come in and, you know, not the manager, the head coach is going to be fully backed to make sure that Liverpool can compete on all fronts this season. And, you know, for letting Matip go, for letting Thiago go, I mean, I think they were the right decision in the end, but it's as simple as you have to replace them. And, you know, Thiago, yes, all right, is what it is with him, but that's a central midfield player we've let go. Bajcetic has been allowed to go on loan.
Say what?
You know, there's 1 or 2 others that have been allowed to go in those positions. And then defensively, there's always been uncertainty around Gomez. Is Gomez going to be the 4th choice centre-back this season? You know, Nat Phillips has been allowed to go on loan. You know, that's still what it looks like, doesn't it? Gomez will be 4th choice. And I don't know whether that's a good idea or not. But, yeah, I'm lost for words, mate, in all honesty. You know, 1 signing, 12 million spent, lads.
Absolute bargain. Wait, what? No, I'm kidding, of course. But anyway, George, give me a thumbs up when you're ready as well. Again, I'll give you that opportunity compared to Luke anyway.
Sorry there, lads. Ipswich have just got, by the looks of it, exploring possibility of signing Reece Nelson. I think is it on loan? Very close to score. Yes, hang on. But
that opens the door for Sterling, I think.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, Ipswich with all these signings, we get Brozier. Oh, we'll ask George in a little second in terms of that deal. But I think they might stay in the league because you've made some very shrewd signings, to say the least, anyway.
George, you ready? Because, right, there we go. Because you're looking down at your phone and I'm like, are you ready or not? Anyway, right, well, let me quickly change the background, change that, and then bring in George. Hello, George. Hope you're doing well.
All right, lads.
Hello.
You enjoying your window?
Brady, please stand up. Please stand up.
How are we?
Come on, then. Give us the Victor Osimhen latest, then.
He's going Saudi, isn't he?
I don't think he is. No, is he?
That's right. George is up to date with Chelsea news this afternoon.
We literally bring him on to do a Chelsea bit, and it's like, don't have a clue, mate. It's just like,
honestly, mate, I just
might as well got Yusuf on.
To be fair, though, to George, there's been a lot of signings coming in and out the door at Chelsea.
Yeah,
I mean, you can lose a lot of track. I mean, we've had 3 months to prepare for a signing that we've got already, and one that's going to come next year. So, you know, at least with Chelsea, I'll give him a bit of benefit of the doubt. But yeah, George, embarrassing, mate.
I don't care, mate. But the reason I was looking at my phone, I've got Twitter up on my phone. I'm just looking at it on here. So,
there we go. Then we'll speak then about Raheem Sterling going to Arsenal. Is anybody a bit shocked by that? The fact
not really. He's like that fan on FIFA. If anyone plays FIFA, that wears the United top, the Chelsea top, the Liverpool top, and the Manchester City top in the stadiums. If you play FIFA, you'll know. But like Sterling, he's not really bothered. He's on 300 grand a week. If he wants to leave, he'll probably do another interview again with ITV or whatnot. Other channels are available.
I just see that.
Brilliant. Wait, Luke, not Luke. Sorry, George. Can you go and get a guitar, please, so we can have a?
I don't own one, mate. Unfortunately, I would if I did.
Jamie's a massive rat Sterling. Yeah.
And look, someone wants to know where you've got 12 mil from.
Oh yeah, no. Apparently it was 10.9.
Yeah, clearly don't know what add-ons are.
Get your PowerPoint presentation out, lads.
All right, then. All right, let's make it even worse then. 10.9 million spent, lads.
It's all right, though, but we're signing new, like the contracts as well. That's a good thing.
It could be worse. You know, you could be United.
I think we must be offering Salah, Trent, and Van Dijk a 50-year contract by the sounds of it. Because we're going to be skint. Well, we're acting like we're going to be skint at the end of it. Like, I don't know.
Where's the money, John?
Yeah, but it's like when you do look at Sterling though, and like the way like that whole situation's happened. Like again, I'm not surprised that that's happened with him. You know, because Enzo Maresca saw that FA Cup performance last year against Leicester. I thought, Jesus Christ, get this guy out the club.
Like his quality is there, but I think you just become a bit too settled within that Chelsea side. Obviously, you're coming for big money, didn't you, George? And obviously, off the back of winning titles at City But yet again, that at Chelsea, I think it hasn't helped the amount of the revolving doors of different managers. For any player, if you're in any football club, if you're changing your manager every 12 months, I don't think it builds a bit of consistency in terms of patterns of play, where you want to be playing as well, and the different shifts of like players coming in and out of the football club. We mentioned at the top of the show with Liverpool's consistency under Jurgen Klopp. That was really good. And City is the best side to have a consistent lineup. And by then, you figure out who's like obviously better players. And Chelsea at the minute have just got no chance unless they're a bit consistent. But I like Enzo Maresca in terms of how the way in which people have been saying, George, I don't know, I'll ask you this, mate. Like the fact that he's just no nonsense in interviews, though, George. I like that. I think Chelsea have got an actual manager that I'm not scared to say really for some of these players that you're not really you wanted at the football club.
Well, for me, when he came in, obviously I'd heard a little bit about him, and obviously when I found out what he did at Leicester, why are you smiling, Luke? Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
I'm not laughing. I'm not smiling. Yeah, I'm smiling at that. That's it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But no, when he came in, obviously what he did at Leicester last season was incredible, getting them up in the way he did, and the style of football he plays is something that he drilled into that Leicester side. And from what I've seen in the games that we've played so far, is we struggle with the playing out the back a little bit, because I don't really think we have many ball playing defenders. I was at the first leg of the Servette game, and yes, it's probably what the fucking M team that we put out, because we've got so many squads at the moment, but they just didn't look like they knew what they were doing. And yeah, it's early days, of course. He'd only been in the job a month.
Does Colwell get a game? Or
he has been playing, and
he's one of his main players.
I think he played in both Prem games. Against City, and obviously against Wolves. They've given him the number 6, I think. It's been him and Fofana that have been the main two. Since Badiashile's come back from injury, he's only played 2 games, and in both the games that he's played, both against Servette, he looked rubbish, to be honest. And then we're playing Axel Disasi at left back and right back, as we did, even though he's a centre back. Like, we've just got too many players, and it's overwhelming for not just the manager, but for the whole club.
Yeah. What are you laughing about?
I just read someone's comment.
Oh, Jamie Butterworth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to smile because George would be like, let me cook, man.
No, he wears a scarf, did he?
Yeah, but
I thought it was Draco Malfoy that joined before. Thought you had the Harry Potter tie on there. All right, lad.
Jesus Christ.
The old slivering tie.
Keep them coming, lads. I love it.
George, why are you? Oh, I've just realised why you're wearing a tie. It's not even yellow.
It's the closest thing I had to yellow. It's sort of gold.
You might as well have wore like that scarf in the back. What you got? Like, that's more yellow.
What, the Solihull scarf?
Yeah,
but to be fair, like I was trying.
Liverpool, put it on.
No, I was trying all week to buy a bald cap so I can follow the other two that's on top of me right now.
Get your hands to get the clippers out, look.
What's that? The buzzers down.
Yeah, the short back and slap head. Yeah, I get that one.
Just get a friggin' lightsaber and just go.
Well, it must be like for any interviews in the Premier League, you have to be bold. Respect the boldness as well.
Jack,
like,
do you have any ham, mate?
Ham? I don't know. Do you want to slap it on Ricky's head over there? Try and throw it up, lad.
I'll catch you on your head.
Another 30 years, like a bit of technology might be a bit more advanced anyway, but you never know.
Rick, George
That's
told me the
joke.
other day, yeah, when we go paintballing next week, he told me two things. One, he's going to bring some ham, and then second, he turned around and said if he sees you on road.
Yeah, you're just gonna deal with him anyway. Anyway,
Going back
Yusuf,
there as well.
I pay Yusuf for protection, mate. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
right. Let's get back on track here anyway. So I've asked everyone tuning into the channel in terms of happy with this transfer window, Reds, from our perspective. We've had 79 votes. 18% of Liverpool fans have said yes, and a staggering 82% have said no, that they're not happy with this current transfer window. So it's not just a case of journalists or higher profile people within the sports media world questioning Liverpool fans. It's just this narrative. It's
how
not.
Did you say? How many did you say said yes? They're happy with this window.
18% out of 79 votes as well.
Damn.
So, like, obviously that but it just tends. I don't know.
Use his burner accounts probably. I mean, how can someone generally be so happy with this window?
Yeah, I'm fuming, lads. You know, I need to get better lighting because I look like an Oompa Loompa, lads. So I don't know.
Sushi Jack.
Just bring the camera close to you. That's what you could do. Just zoom in.
Jack, and it's excruciating that, like, on your green screen, you can't even add another player on there. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, like, signing.
I'm a quick editor, lads. I can put it on.
No, but you can't.
I know one.
Oh, yeah. These two lads.
One of them's coming next year.
Yeah.
That makes it
that's why McKenda's wearing the kit, is because Richard Hughes has been on the phone. Can you quickly do a medical in an hour and a half?
Someone's got to. Well, we've got to pay for Trent's contract some way.
No, but speaking basically, more generally on the transfer window, it's been a very poor window. I think in general. I think looking at the highest transfers again, nothing has really stood out. Like when is it Lenny Euro is like what, the 4th or 5th highest transfer of the year? It just goes to show like how poor the market's actually been compared to other years.
I think the expenditure of like when you look at it, the amount of loans that have gone outside the Premier League. I think I've seen a statistic this week. It was like £500 million worth of talent has left the Premier League. Like, that's mad in itself. We are the feeder club for the rest of Europe in terms of clubs. Like, this league is massive, but I think would help if we had a bit of competition from United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. Don't get me started on Tottenham. They'll win the league after about 3 weeks. Sounds. But yeah, no, I don't know.
So the highest transfer this summer to the Premier League was Matthias de Ligt. And then obviously Dom Solanke and then Lenny Euro. But in general, like in terms of transfer fee, the highest transfer fee this summer was 75 million euros for Julian Alvarez to Atletico Madrid.
That's mad. Like,
when you think about Dom Solanke's number 2 on the list, it just goes to show like, again, the window's been pretty poor in general.
I'll ask you lads and I'll ask chat as well. We'll speak obviously in general form in terms of Man United. They've improved slightly, but for me, they've still got a lot of work to do. Like, the main issue and the biggest sign for United is the manager. I don't rate Ten Hag. Like, I honestly don't rate Eric Ten Hag. Like, I don't know what
did you see that Man United fan that said Man United are going to finish above Liverpool this year?
Well, I've been on YouTube for 8 years. You've been saying that for the last 8.
Mate,
I feel like every United fan, though, like no matter how bad they are, always puts them like first or second. Like, it doesn't matter where they are.
We can speak with chest because we had 30 years in the Premier League wilderness of not winning the league. We know where we are at this moment in time. United are nowhere near competing for a title, anywhere close. Probably I'd even say give it another. I'd say have to give it another 5 years. In all honesty, with good recruitment.
Danny Mills has them 3rd or 4th this year.
Yeah, but that's Danny Mills as well, isn't it? So
I think I think it will be difficult for. Look, for me personally, look, Man City and Arsenal will be within the top 2. I still think Liverpool will be good enough to finish 3rd. That top 4 race, especially with a few extra games in Champions League. There's not that threat of international tournaments, obviously, throughout the middle of the year either as well this year. So, there's going to be a lot more teams, I think, that are going to be fighting for that 4th spot. You know, United do have that little bit of the luxury where they could do shit during. Oh, sorry, like, if you don't want me to swear or anything, they could do bad.
You can swear, it's fine.
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't realise. They could do basically shit throughout the whole Premier League season, and then obviously can go on and concentrate on the Europa League. So I think, you know, in terms of the top 4 race, I mean, Spurs will be in there. I think Villa again will be in there. I mean, George, would you say Chelsea will be good enough second half of the year? I don't. I think Chelsea may push in Europa League.
Chelsea are nowhere near it, in my opinion.
Like, we can all hope. Thank goodness we're not a Tottenham fan.
Your obsession with Tottenham tonight's been a bit bad.
No, but like,
just a start a fire.
No, if I was a Tottenham fan, like Daniel Levy should be out of the football club. Like, he's a bit similar when we speak about FSG. Like, they're more bothered about NFL games and selling Beyonce tickets, and then filling up that.
Yeah, listen.
The massive
FSG
money though.
FSG are more worried about selling Taylor Swift tickets. I mean,
you would, if you were there, lad, you would have been shake, wouldn't you?
Were you there?
No, certainly not.
You there, Jack? You shake.
He was, wasn't he? He was.
Wait, I've heard Jack's become a bit of a Swiftie. You got the wrong haircut though.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah. But like, just Tottenham, like, they've lost Harry Kane, like, and even he still couldn't win the league last season. But Dominic Solanke is on. He's not even half the player Harry Kane will ever be. Sorry, there, Dom, but like, we didn't see a lot of him at Liverpool, even the glimpses. But yeah, Tottenham. We need to pinch Mickey Van de Ven off Tottenham, by the way.
I think the thing is though with Solanke though, Jack. I mean, for me, it's like them losing Harry Kane's massive. Of course it is, but no striker would have gone into Spurs and really sort of had that idea to think, right, I'm going to be the next Harry Kane. Like with Solanke, you've got to give him at least the season. I know he's had Premier League experience. He's done really well at Bournemouth, but it's a massive jump for him to go back into a top 6 club, and now you've got to hit the ground running and get another 20 to 25 goals, especially with the pressure from losing Harry Kane to then go in and do it in this Spurs team. And look, Spurs going forward, they can score goals. But
what is the odds of Manuel Ugarte fails at United in terms of the transfer? Because they've still not announced it. Why?
Come on, Richard, get on the phone. It's only down the road, lad.
I don't want Ugarte now. Like,
no, I'd take him, lad.
You sure, Jack? Con, you sure?
Probably not at this point. You know, like it's a 6. You know, Liverpool could.
I remember doing videos years ago. I know I've had all United fans going this week. You wanted him, and we've got him. It's like, nah, mate, no. Yeah.
What's this, Yusuf? I do think we'll get in the top 6, but obviously, my hope for Heyman season's top 4. I don't think we'll get Oshman hour and 50 left in them. That's one of the most sensiblest comments I've ever heard Yusuf or seen Yusuf put.
Can we speak about Arsenal as well? Like Arsenal, in terms of this window, Gabriel Martinelli is an absolute joke, mate. Like, anyone watching him last week, Trossard's impact straight away. I think they're a bit similar to Liverpool. If they get a couple of injuries, if you're Pep Guardiola, he's probably sat at home drinking his red wine and rubbing his head going, happy days. Like, it'll be buzzing, mate. Like, it'll be, because we are the competitors. I don't know how you lads feel or chat. Arsenal, yeah, their squad depth is a couple of injuries away from falling off a cliff, really.
Yeah, but Arsenal, like, again, getting Sterling in now is cover for Saka. Like, that's their summer target done in that sense, apart from a striker. Because Rick, you said earlier on, they've been melting on Twitter.
Yeah, their fan base is melting about not getting a striker.
Talking of Arsenal have just signed Neto from Bournemouth on loan.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, they've replaced Ramsdale with Neto in goal.
That's an improvement, by the way.
Calafiori is coming that can play left back, centre back. Probably an upgrade on Zinchenko, and he's trying to play the Pep Guardiola tactical 4 centre backs, isn't he? Really, they've signed Moreno in midfield, which I don't think they needed. Really,
he's injured.
They needed a Saka backup, which have got Sterling coming in.
Why they haven't got Tony, lads? I don't know. Arsenal,
because Tony wants Tony. Nah, Tony wants that big money bag from Saudi.
You would have got that in London as well.
His career's not as much though. Apparently, he's going to be earning quite a chunk there. His career's finished.
Where you go, Connor. Fabrizio Romano tapped in and said, 10 minutes ago. Ugarte to United official soon.
Yeah, that's why I was saying. But it's like, surely you should that should be done by now.
If we can't beat this United team Sunday, because their midfield's horrific. The option, they've got no Mount. Ugate's not registered. McTominay's now gone Napoli. Who have they got? They've got Bruno.
Casemiro.
Listen, if we can't run rings around Casemiro, you might as well call it a day this season.
I can't believe
Casemiro, Mainu, and who else?
I can't believe McFred's no longer there.
Lad, that's an absolute joke, mate. Like, no, we joke about it, but he is like pure Man United. He's come through that club at the age of 10 or whatnot. Like, Alex Ferguson identified him at a young age in regards to getting him into the starting 11 as well. So it's mad. And that is exactly what the type of player Man United needs as the football club. Like that desire, that hunger to put on the red shirt as well for United. But yeah,
but I don't get. Like, again, when people go banging on about them signing Xerxes and Lenny Euro, that's not improved. That's not turned Man United back into challengers. It's not turned them back into top 4 challengers.
That Xerxes is a good player.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a good player. But
he's probably the only one that they've signed this summer that will be a good player.
Yeah, but everyone reacts when it comes to Man United. Like, tell me one United player like that has signed for United that has been an improvement, that has gone to the club, improved, and then either taken the club further or left the club.
It's Ten Hag's issue though, Con. Like, he's not a good manager.
It's not just Ten Hag though; it's the whole culture of Manchester United at the moment.
No United player gets in Liverpool's 11, not one.
No, I think just answering Connor's question. I think
you think Kobe Mainoo gets in our midfield? Not a chance.
No, you don't. I think in terms of what Connor said, I think
he does not get it. He does not get ahead of Alexis McAllister.
Look, no. Bruno Fernandes has gone to United and improved.
He's a very good player.
Let's not be mistaken. I know, like, he's a diver, and obviously everyone hates him, but Bruno has improved at Manchester United. That's the only player.
Does Bruno get in Liverpool's team?
No,
he doesn't.
No one in that United team. Mainu could get on the bench potentially, but he's not getting ahead of McAllister. Who else is like?
There's no one. There is no one.
No, but Mainu will leave United in a couple of years if they don't reinforce. As much money like PSG or Real Madrid, like, he is one of the best young players in world football, though, lads and chaps. He is a very talented player. Sadly, he plays for Manchester United. But yeah, they'll probably give him $300,000 a week like they did with Rashford and destroy his career. Like, because as a young player coming through, that is what you aspire to get. It's like, obviously money is a big part in any business or any work that you want to do as well. But they'll just destroy his career like they did with Rashford. Rashford should have left 2-3 years ago from United, in all honesty. And every Man United fan will probably agree with that.
If anybody cares, James Ward-Prowse has just turned up to Forest to do his medical.
Just turned up, done an Odin Wingy, and just turned up, lad.
No, he's not just turned up, obviously. It's been done all week, or done all day, hasn't
it? Yeah. Rolled down his window and done an interview.
Edouard's going Leicester from Palace on loan.
Wow. It's a good move, that. But, like, you know, as Max said, Bayer McAvoy doing well. Seeing Dalot is their best player, and he's been moved out to a squad player. Yeah. Again, it's Liverpool Man United. It's the biggest English game going. And look, Sunday will be. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be. But again, Liverpool's team should beat that United team. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that should be the case, as well. But Mark saying Jack loves James Ward-Prowse as well. Anyway, John saying just got on, lads. What's going on here? Not one signing made for a position we really needed. Yeah, it's been a bit of a horrible situation.
Jet loves James Ward-Prowse. Remember him banging the drum? Was it last season that Liverpool should sign Ward-Prowse?
Yeah.
Mac, you there, mate? Yep. You remember that, mate? Liverpool should sign.
Looks like Sterling's gone.
He's gone, is he?
Almost. He's been given a green light. It's just announcement time.
No.
Luke, you're on mute, mate.
No, they're waiting for the green light. They reckon it's going to be
Oh,
a
I
loan.
saw that. Yeah, it's going to be a loan with a future fee of 25 million.
Wait there. Do Chelsea need to sell him for
money.
well, I
For
say-
money. For money wise, they will.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you say money wise, they're going to get 25 million. That's a 26 million pound loss on Sterling.
You guys confirmed United.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to play on Sunday anyway. So I just find that so stupid that the fact that they've
The
taken
fact that
so
you've got
long
him
to
and
announce him.
Casemiro in a similar position, unless they're going to be playing with two DMs. Well, you've got Mainu as well. Like that wasn't less Man United talked better earlier. In all honesty, let them, as he says, Patrick. He'll be on silly money as well. Ugarte as Casemiro. Yeah, he's on stupid money. He's on like 300. That's why no one wants him. But that's typical of United, really overpaying. Like,
Fair play to the player though.
yeah, happy days. Go and get that bag, lads. Go and get it.
Yeah.
His agent probably got a good sign-on fee and all.
Yeah.
Russell's just saying Mainu, Casemiro, and Fernandez, as well as I think he means in terms of wages. Maresca don't want him. Also, he's on crazy wages at the moment from Yusuf. John saying, "What's the front three this Sunday, lads? What's your predictions?"
Go with the lads that have started, I'd say, for Liverpool. Diaz, Jota, and Salah. I think they've done really well starting the season.
Question from Mac. Question: do you think we should have taken 20 million for Keller?
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, because I think he's got a year left on his deal next summer. I think we lose him for 10 mil next summer with a year left, knowing that Mamadashvili is coming in. But if we took the 20 mil this summer, it just leaves him and Jaros, Alisson and Jaros as the two keepers. So it's catch-22. But listen, Keller should have gone. Liverpool are known. Listen, I think Liverpool ruin players' careers. Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, Keller, and there's a few others named I can't be asked.
No, but that surely has to come down to the players, though, individual.
Who? No, Nat
Like,
Phillips has been wanting to leave for years, lad.
No, but if he needs to push it more. Like
Nat
if he
Phillips
wanted
is
that
not worth
move,
20 mil.
like, and obviously the wages he's probably asking for that future club, but when then you weren't going to pay him because he clearly didn't rate him that highly. But it's
Thing is, Nat Phillips is always. I think Nat Phillips has always thought of himself as a very capable Premier League player. I think that's what he thinks. But again, the teams that have come in for him have been Championship or these teams that are yo-yo teams. Like again, Nat Phillips should have been sold to a club who, all right, lower to mid Premier League. And again, Nat Phillips is a very solid centre half to have, and he is. But
if you put him on the market for 10 mil, he'll get more clubs come in for him. When you're trying to get 20 to 25 mil for Nat Phillips because Cruyff turned Ibrahimovic at the San Siro, is not. When Nat Phillips did it, didn't he?
Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, Cruyff turned him, didn't he, at the San Siro in the Champions League?
There you go.
I mean, because he
Ibrahimovic.
did that.
Great player.
Because he did. Hey, listen, don't get me started on player names looking though. Because he did that, we valued him at 25 million. I mean, come on, man. He's a 10 mil player. He always has been. Just let him go. He's now what, 27, 28?
But the way the owners look at that goal or the club is, yeah, these are good lads and he does well and doesn't really kick.
Nat Phillips is not on 70 grand a week. Not having that. No chances. Nat Phillips on 70k a week.
But like, surely Nat Phillips, he's what, 26, 27 now? Like
28.
Yeah, he's just peak of his powers of a centre half. Surely he wants to even test himself, like in the Championship.
And even Derby, and where Derby, they've just come up to the Championship, haven't they? But
that's the type of clubs he's gone to. Like last season, he was at Cardiff. Like in Cardiff, we're like what, 18th, 19th in the Championship. Like again, like the stupidest thing Liverpool did was when he went on that 6-month loan to Bournemouth, and he was by far the best, the best Championship defender for those 6 months. Again, and then Burnley went, or Bournemouth went, okay, we'll buy him, but again, there needs to be a bit of leeway. Again, Liverpool should have sold him, even despite the injury to Joel Matip. Liverpool should have sold him and brought in a centre half.
You know
to
why?
replace him.
You know why? You know why he's not been sold though. If Liverpool have an injury crisis, you know he's going to be the first man coming back into this team. Like that's exactly why we have.
Phillips.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it now. Like Reds.
No, he's gonna loan that.
Yeah, but there will be an agreement in that contract, surely. Like where there's an emergency loan, or we can cancel.
No. You can only cancel it in January. You can only call him back when the windows are open.
Oh, so we not expecting to sign anyone in January then, or what? No, I don't know.
So Nat Phillips is on 65 grand a week.
No, he's not. Who's told you he's on 65 grand? Not a chance.
I am looking at the list now.
He got a new contract, didn't he? Obviously, when he had the masterclass with Reece Williams. By the way, where's Kabak playing for now? Surely he's available. When Ben Davis might be available somewhere.
Ben Davis is still at Rangers, isn't he?
Oh, Clavan, what a man.
What a man. Bring back Clavan.
I asked for the Clavan in the Barbers.
You were talking about Cruyff times and whatever, mate. You ain't seen Clavans, mate.
No.
Mate, remember that dummy he did?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was one where he just like turned round.
Yeah.
Look, he scored the best goal ever, literally on the goal line.
Clavan was a hero, man. They should give him a hero card on FIFA. Has to be done, mate.
Well, friggin' Nat Phillips gets a 99 rated card for the Cruyff turn loan to Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I mean, to be fair, at the San Siro, fair play.
Yeah,
of course, that's how you get noticed. Yeah,
By the way, talking to Nat Phillips, has he actually won the Champions League? Was he in the squad in 2019?
Well, Brewster got a Champions League medal anyway, so
no.
Or was he not?
Hang on, I'll double check out, but I don't think he's in the
squad.
Yeah,
look, someone just put there. Would you take Matty back? He's on a free, isn't he?
100%.
Yeah, go on, Jake. Yeah, get him back, Red.
But that's the whole point. It's like, if you're going to let him go, you've got to replace him.
Let's get Joel Matty back for vibes. Give him a year deal.
I'm just waiting for randomly Liverpool 2 months into this season. We sign a free agent Thiago, mate.
No, do you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for Fabrizio Romano or Paul Joyce or whoever to come out and go at 10:30 and go, Liverpool are confirming they will no longer be signing any players.
Cheers,
guys. Cheers, Jeff.
That'd be the latest it's ever been. Normally, it's a few days ago we would have got that.
So now we got a new coffee machine at the Access, so it sounds.
Yeah, have you seen them? All the boys sitting around the table.
But it goes to show that, like, again, that no journalist after the Chiesa deal yesterday, not one of them said Liverpool are done. So, what's happened?
With all the journos, they're all fans at the end of the day, and they will be asking difficult questions. And again, obviously, with Access and all that, like, you've got to be.
Sorry to cut you off, McKenna. Nat Phillips has only won a Premier League and a Carabao Cup and a Scottish Premier League. He's not won a Champions League.
Shame. Yeah.
But continue. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, lad. What was this? Oh, what was this? But it's what was it saying? Oh, nice one, Connor, lads. Let me land.
You remember? You were literally just talking, lads.
What was it saying? Chat. What was it saying?
Thiago.
Oh. Yeah. I'll say yeah.
Question would just have sold Gomez or Nunez if you had offers from Newcastle. Arsenal would never sell.
Be a mistake.
Never sell Darwin Nunez. Or it would be a mistake. It would be a mistake.
Never say never, though, Connor.
I said it all summer. It would be a mistake.
Listen, I misunderstood you, Connor. For me, I was thinking about the player. You were thinking about the squad. You were like, no, Gomez has got to stay.
Oh yeah, that was it. That was it. In regards to obviously Access, like for any job in any media company or industry as well, you've got to put yourself about respectively and ask the right questions. Like in any interview in the world, like if you're interviewing anyone, certain interviewees like have to submit all the questions pre the interview as well. So and then that has to get a go ahead and all that. But obviously, a press conference as well. But the JNOs at all. I'd say the large majority of them are all Liverpool fans, and they want Liverpool to be successful as well. And a lot of the high-profile JNOs have asked the difficult questions as well. At the time of Jurgen Klopp as well, they would ask him where's the signings, but it's just we get the same noise from the football club in terms of But this goes back to what we said at the top of the show from a club structural point of view, just a bit of transparency. Like, just even if like a little 10-minute video from Federico Hughes, like just be different, think outside the box, and just give a bit of clear direction, like to the fans, really. Because
what is it? He just sits down on a chair and go, "I need
no,
to
it
apologize."
literally takes no. It's not even that though, lads. Just explain what's happened this window. Like I get, obviously the club would never release that, but we had a John Henry apology video, like for the Super League. Like they can do it when they want to, like, and everyone goes, "Oh, FSG, they own the club," but the structure in the club is. But I'm telling you what now, give it another 12 months. If Arne Slot is sat there, and especially if like he gets this club up to a point of within challenging City, and we get to the January transfer window, and we're one or two signings off competing with City, and we don't do that, then we'll just be exactly where we have been for the last 7-8 years, really, under that, like under Jurgen Klopp as well.
Jack, you should go outside Anfield, mate, and start like a go fund, like sort of thing.
No, but
get a little bucket out or something.
No, get buying the shirts, lad. Sounds that'll help.
I can't lie. I bought the away shirt this year. It's the first shirt I've bought since we won the league.
Yeah. And again, obviously, the club are never going to do that, though, like a little video. But transparency, man. Like, Arne Slot didn't come in with the idea of him, like, his whole interview and his pitch for this football club and this team. And he said it on record for the last couple of months as well. Yes, he's inherited a very healthy squad. And every Liverpool fan knows that. But when that overall squad valuation and the quality does dip in the next 3-4 years, we need to be there and ready. Like, we should be there and ready now in terms of preparing, like we're doing with the goalkeeper, like a post-Alisson Becker career at Liverpool. We've got one of the best young players.
The thing is, though, with that, though, and to kind of counteract that, though, as well, is you don't know what the club have in the pipeline. Like, again, like Liverpool, like, again, I've said it to you guys privately. Again, Martin Zubimendi, if that's who the club believed was the guy to be the six for Liverpool, if they think at some point they can convince him, maybe he said to Liverpool, maybe in a year's time, and that's the thing. We've seen from the club before, they will wait for their number one. And again, we've got this structure now with Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes.
But you can't be doing that.
Hang on. So it feels like we're back to number. Yeah, shut the fuck up and listen to me, Pete. But
all right, you're actually a merchant. Maybe well.
Get out my show. That's good. There's
a system going here, Connor.
Carry on.
No. There's a system. So no. Put Jack back down at the bottom. So I got kicked and I've got put at the bottom. George come in and I got moved over. Now Jack's been kicked.
No, Connor,
I should be promoted.
I'm being promoted.
What were you saying?
Bottom and put me on the
Connor, we're going to massively disagree.
There's two people talking. I can't understand what.
Connor, get your point across. Finish it.
No, but like. But Liverpool have an idea of what they want to do. And again, if Martin Zubimendi is that guy, then again, were we happy in the end when we got Virgil van Dijk?
Yes, we got him at a good price too.
Well, there you go. Eventually,
and we nearly got a transfer ban.
And that was but that's we don't care about that. So allegedly it happened in Blackpool. But we were happy in the end with Virgil van Dijk. Again, the same might happen with a particular player. Again, at the present moment in time, it is frustrating because Liverpool have not got a six. They've not brought in a centre-back. They've not, again, sorted out the contracts. But towards the end of the season, if Liverpool can have a very good 6 months and then they bring in a number 6 then in January, and then that bolsters in the squad, or they bring in a centre-back and a DM, what happens then? George, what are you doing? Just the class. But that's what I mean, though. Like, in the end, like Liverpool, if they feel it's the number one guy, then, again, we'll be happy with it.
Why are we waiting? City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, you don't wait round for players, lads. Like top-level teams, Inter Milan as well.
Well, they
Like-
do. Real Madrid's waited freaking 6 years for Kylian Mbappe.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
that's
though,
good.
to be fair, though, we didn't really wait for Chiesa.
Yeah, but Kylian Mbappe, to contextualize that deal, Connor, it's Kylian Mbappe. He's one of the best players of this generation, really. It was a phenomenon. Like,
didn't cost any money either.
Yeah, no, but he's no transfers ever free these days, boys. He's on probably what, 500 grand a week or something. So that's it's not free. Like he's not on. Mbappe's not on a play to play deal, and like he's got like.
To be fair, the way he's playing at the moment, I'd rather have McBurney.
He's not even had a shot on target.
No goals, McBurney. He's doing it more in La Liga.
Can we talk about how Kylian Mbappe cost McKindo £400? That's just
no. But in terms of that, Connor, you're making excuses for FSG, though, lads, or the club.
But that's not excuses.
No, but we've been here for the last couple of windows.
Yeah, but to say that's yeah, no, exactly. But to say that's excuses, it's not excuses.
Well,
it's the fact that. Well, it's not though, because at the end of the day, we got our number one target.
Replacement, not in the Klopp era, though. Jurgen Klopp got off because he just couldn't be bothered with these owners, or like the way
regarding FSG, right? I'm just going to ask you one simple question. Can you tell me any summer window where we can actually sit there and turn around and say we have fully got the targets that we've been after? And then in terms of the positions as well, we've actually got everything that we need in those windows. When was the last window you would say we've done that?
The summer we lost the Champions League final the first time. So this was the summer of 2018. Yeah,
like can we take out the Coutinho money as well?
We're not talking about the Coutinho money.
No, but the Coutinho money massively played a big part.
Yeah, but
we were going
to sign Virgil van Dijk either way.
No, we needed the money.
It's not like FSG have like literally got, around 200 million, but they probably with all the season tickets and all the merchandise everyone's been buying over the last 5 years. Like there's money in the club. It's just that like if the players available there, I'm not having Liverpool got one name on the board. They'll have a second target, a third target.
Yeah, of course not. They'll have multiple targets. But if they feel like the number one target is not available, again, they're more than happy to wait.
There's no way they've waited 1 week before the transfer window, mate. Like
for what?
They've had 3 months.
Yeah, they've had like they've had enough time to get this deal over the line.
They've even had the Euros to look at players.
Yes.
And go like, do you know what? Like, I like him. You know, I like the sound. Like,
sorry.
No, go on, mate. No, go on. No.
I was just going to say, look at the eagerness of Chiesa. You get straight away. Just get Arne Slot on the buzzer. I think Rick must be talking to some agents there, lads. He's disappeared. But in terms of you get an overall sense of the player. Like if Zubimendi found if he didn't want to come, then sounds just parked it like so instantaneously. Whatever happened in that deal, my man, Liverpool's a club. I was doing videos when Fekir, that deal broke as well. Like that broke down. We'd literally done an interview, but yeah, we've had enough time now, mate. And hypothetically, we're living in like if Liverpool have an injury-free season, that's great. We're all hoping we do.
It sounds mad. I just see this. Sorry, I just see this comment from Patrick Walsh saying about the Bellingham one. Don't get me wrong. Yes, Liverpool waited for Bellingham, but Liverpool went out and had a better summer by bringing in McAllister, bringing in Szoboszlai, bringing in Gravenberch. I would have rather brought in those 3 or 4 midfielders than just Bellingham. Look, would I want to Bellingham Liverpool every day of the week? Of course I would. But I'd rather that window. And to be fair, that's probably one of the best windows we've had under FSG in terms of we needed midfielders and we got the midfielders that we needed. You know, Endo is always going to be a stopgap. That's probably, I'd say last season was not a bad window because the main priority was just midfielders. There was nothing else. Since then, as you said, Connor, back in 2018?
But that was neglect from previous windows, though.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. Back in 2018, it's like, so you've waited, 5 years? So, say, 10 windows to actually compete? And it's, as you said, Jack, and I agree with you, it's neglect. It's wrong, it's bad. Like, I mean,
business planning. Like,
you're seeing potentially teams in League One that are spending more money than Liverpool. Like, Birmingham went and bid 10 million for a player. They're in League One.
Mm.
This is a team that had financial problems off the pitch, 12 months ago?
Yeah.
And
I think we're 3 players, though, lads, and everyone in chat as well. We are probably 3 proper or an extra 2 additions. I'd say even 2. And we all get what Arne said, is quarter players. We're looking for players that can get in the starting 11. But for every successful side, there needs to be that competition. Like fresh competition drives better performances from every individual player. Robbo's downturn in form was partly down to the change in system with Jurgen Klopp as well. But competition-wise, down that left-hand side as well. Costas has done what Dejan Lovren's doing in terms of just trying to be best mates with Salah and not get sold. I think won't be at the club in 2 years' time, but it's disappointing. We're not, but yeah, go on.
Hang on, no, sorry. Raheem Sterling to Arsenal's at the final stages, according to Romano, as well. So that looks like I'll be getting done. And Ivan Toney, they're signing the documents. That's pretty much a done deal as well.
What are the odds on that?
Well, is that a waste of a career?
Go on, George. I like it. You see,
Ivan Toney?
Go on, George.
George got what I said. You know what I mean? That's all right.
What are the odds, eh? Oh,
for God's sake, I've just got it. Yeah. Thank you, Luke.
All right. Cheers, Jeff.
Bet responsibly, everyone.
Cool, yeah.
Responsibly, everyone.
But what are we saying in terms of Ivan Toney? Like, do we think that's a bit of a? Because again, he could have stayed and he could have then joined a big club then on a free transfer.
He's gone for a payday. That's what he's
like
done.
I think everyone in the world, every player would do. Like the money the Saudi League is offering as well, and good on the lads.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day,
if you're a player, one of these Saudi clubs approaches you with squillions a year, you're not going to say no. Doesn't matter what part of your career you're in. If you're younger and you think, oh, but what about the football side? No. Like, you go to Saudi, you're set for life. Doesn't matter how long. Like, even if you're out there for 2 years, you're set for life with the amount of money they're paying you.
George, how many times have I turned around and said to you that I would happily say to, basically my wife and go, look, my wife is George's sister, by the way. I'd happily turn around and say, I'm going out to Saudi for 2 years. You go and stay here with the kids. Because at the end of the day, if Saudi came offering for money, I would go.
Yeah. Again, they want to improve the quality of the league, fair play. And I think give it another 5-10 years, they will be competing with the top sides. It's only a matter of time where UEFA do get them in as well. Money talks in football, as we know, has done for many of a year. The history of introduction of football. So, yeah, good on him. He's the latter stage of his career, Tony, as well. So, good on the lad. Go and get that money in.
There's a comment there from Tafs here. He's just said about no one wanted Tony. I don't think that's entirely true. I do think there might have been 1 or 2 teams that wanted Ivan Toney, but I think they might have overpriced it a little bit in the Premier League because you get that a lot. There's no way a Premier League club are going to have to pay £40 million for Ivan Toney. So Brentford probably overpriced him at say 60 million. Like that's your price.
I thought it was 85 that they priced him at.
Yeah, no. So there you go. So Brentford knew they couldn't get that amount of money from a Premier League team. So for me, look, I do believe that there was interest in potentially United or Arsenal, maybe. We obviously don't fully know, but and there you go. West Ham wanted him as well. But
breaking news: Chelsea have reached an agreement to sign Jadon Sancho. It's come from Ornstein.
Good on the lad. I hope he does well for Chelsea.
I hope he does.
Like he's a top player. Look at like that just does my head. Any Man United fans out there with Ten Hag, you've got Jadon Sancho. Everyone's seen him in Wales football, played for Borussia Dortmund. He's a very good player. Comes down to the fundamental principles of just being a better coach and getting the best. Like, but Ten Hag's personality is too big. His head's too big, and he thinks too hard. He's like, I'm bigger than Manchester United.
So the Manchester United signing for Ugarte is 42 million plus 8 million in add-ons.
Yeah.
So
the deal for Sancho, he'll join on a loan, and it's an obligation to buy.
Oh,
so he will. So it's he's officially a Chelsea player.
What's the fee?
No fee. It's being spoken about at the minute. But
I just want to finish about the Ivan Toney situation. The one person I think that deserves a lot of credit, and I don't think a lot of people will actually might agree with me or not, is Thomas Frank, because a lot of the time, and people probably don't realise, a lot of people even questioned it. Why wasn't Ivan Toney in the squad against Liverpool? Because he came out and turned around and said he's fit, he's ready to go. A lot of managers don't have the bottle to turn around and say, at the end of the day, you're still our player, we're going to play him. Yes, all right, they lost the game 2-0. But Brentford, for me, were quite good in that game. And I think Brentford, on another day, could have taken their chances against Liverpool and maybe got a result. Thomas Frank, for me, deserved a bit of credit there because he could have been really weak and he could have played Ivan Toney in that game. And he could have really, really fucked him over. Liverpool could have gone out there and won 4-5-0. And then you could have had the discussion saying, oh, why did Toney play? He doesn't want to be there. So, me personally, I look at that situation and I think the manager, he knows Ivan Toney was going to leave the football club. So he's purposely not played him, not put him in the squad. And as you can see, Brentford have sold him. So do you know what? Yeah, all right, they've lost Ivan Toney and he's a massive, he's going to be a massive loss for Brentford. But fair play to Thomas Frank for me. You're allowing your best player to go and you've actually had the bottle to turn around and say, I'm not going to play him until everything is all resolved. So no, I'll give him a lot of credit for that.
Yeah, spot on there. Like, I love Thomas Frank. I think everyone outside the Premier League. I think would be interesting to see him at Tottenham. I think if whether Thomas Frank can make that step up to obviously like a top 6, top 8 team. But he is the reason, as you said there, Luke, that Brentford, it's a miracle in themselves in terms of their budget and where the financials, like them and Bournemouth as well. It's absolutely amazing when you see these clubs come into the league and really establish themselves. That's where Everton and other clubs down there, the bottom, have seriously got to evaluate the running of their club because, yeah, they're only another team in the Championship coming in, doing a Brentford, doing a obviously Brighton as well since they've come in. They've spent money, but they've spent it wisely as well, similar with Brentford as well. Like the money they spend, he spends it on quality as well. Just bought Carvalho and Sepp van den Berg. Yes, they didn't get into Liverpool's starting 11, but they can certainly get into Brentford's starting 11 and really improve their quality.
The one thing, I'll quickly answer this as well. And George, you could probably answer it a lot better than me. But looking from the outside in at Chelsea, I just look at all of the forwards and I go, where are they going to play? Like, you got Joao Felix. No, but it's true. Like, you got Joao Felix, you've got Jadon Sancho coming in now, you've got Cole Palmer, you've got Nicholas Jackson, you've got all these players, Neto as well.
Neto, Madueke.
Yeah, like got all these players. All right, you're going to play 4 up top, in a 4-2-3-1. But, there's so much like game time. And again, it's not like if you're in the Champions League, you're in the Conference League. It's similar game time in what would be in a normal season. So, yeah, well, first of all, we should really ask George, what's your thoughts on Sancho to Chelsea?
I'm not sure yet because obviously before United signed him the first time, obviously he was really good at Dortmund, and that they'd been Man United had been flirting with him for a window or two before they signed him, but obviously didn't work out at Man United. He'd gone back out on loan to Dortmund last season, had a decent season, got to a Champions League final. And I think if we play him in a good system with people that he plays well around with, it could work out. But at the same time, I can also see, like, if he starts with the attitude again, then it could all go south again. But that's down to him and that's down to the manager. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And I hope he proves me wrong because I don't really think he'll do much.
I don't think it's an attitude problem, no, mate. I think it's a Ten Hag issue that he just obviously clashed with him really. And, yeah, but no, he's spot on there, George. I think he will do really well for you.
Sorry, go on, Jack. Finish. Sorry, mate.
Go ahead, Luke.
I was just going to ask 2 things. I was just going to say that one comment from Carl. I was just going to say, when I turned around and said about the Liverpool Brentford game, if they'd have taken their chances, they'd have got a result. Well, yeah, from your comment, mate, they'd have got a result. They'd have drawn 2-2. So it wasn't a fact of just a win. So yeah, it was a bit of a silly comment there, to be honest. And secondly, George, Where's Sancho going to play?
Oh, that's a good
DM.
question, mate.
Right wing back.
I'm just looking at your squad. I mean, the amount of players that you've got. Look, we've had discussions with everyone knows Chelsea have got 3 squads, but who is good? Who is going to play him? What is Sancho going to play 20 minutes and then they're going to bring on Nkunku and then he'll come off after 20 minutes for Neto? You know, what is going to happen?
For all it to work, they'll have to introduce roll on, roll off subs.
The way your squad's going, they might have to request it.
I heard we need a tea lady. Maybe you can do that. I don't know.
That would be the most bowly
Left
thing
wing
ever.
and right wing. What is he doing 2 jobs at once, Yusuf?
Chelsea are an absolute disgrace of a football club. Like the hate I have for Chelsea. Listen.
Rick, you wait till I get that ham on your head, mate.
It's not. There's football rivalries between Liverpool, Man United, biggest rivalry in world football, not us. Like there's respect between both clubs of how big they are and then you've just got Chelsea and Man City. Do you know what? I wouldn't even. Man City have got their own issues, and we can't talk too much about that because we will need to see what 150 charges are. But your club is an absolute fucking disgrace. I'm sorry.
Well, if
City
City get charged with
chill out, mate.
You've got 50 players. You've got.
No, I understand. I understand.
18 different wingers. You're getting rid of your youth academy players. Trevor Chalobah was disrespected massively by Chelsea. Conor Gallagher was bullied by Chelsea. Raheem Sterling's now being bullied by Chelsea because you want a shiny new
yes
toy.
And no. Yes and no on that. Look, I'm not saying that you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. But if Raheem Sterling's putting out that statement 2 hours before kickoff, right? Every other player, every 20 other players that Chelsea have signed that are not playing have a right to put out a statement like that. But
why can't you put that statement out? Because you've signed a player, signed him to an 8-year contract because your owner's got about as brain cell. The owner's Todd Bowley giving 8-year contracts out, but then
I'm sure Raheem Sterling signs the contract.
Yeah, he signed the contract. Fair play to him. He signed the contract, $325 a week. You're now trying to get rid of him after 2 years of the 8-year contract that you're paying him £325 a week, trying to bully him out the club because you don't want to pay his £325 because you want to go get a new shiny toy in the club because you're an idiot and just keep spending. You've got no game plan. You've got no backroom staff that know anything about football.
And you got no fans, Ricky.
Yeah, they ain't. But then you're trying to bully people at the club. You Conor Gallagher's, your Trevor Chalobah's, your Raheem Sterling's, the goalie Petrovic. Petrovic is their best goalkeeper, and they've just tried to loan him to their sister club.
Oh, you just loaned Kepa to their Bournemouth.
And this is why I say yes and no.
So why shouldn't he sit there on his $325 a week for another 5 years?
Right, and this is why I'm saying to you yes and no. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but one, as I said to you before, the other 25,000 players have got a right to come out and do a statement. But obviously everyone, right, okay. And then on top of it, yes, Chelsea are stupid to giving these long-term contracts and stuff. But if I remember rightly, all of us, and I think all of us have said it, we were always turning around saying about players like Harry Kane, why have you signed the 4-year contracts at Spurs? You're not going to win anything. There's a reason why he did it, because Spurs overpaid him, right?
And this is boyhood club.
Right. Raheem Sterling signs the contract. There's no ifs, buts, maybes about it. He signs the contract. So he has got every single, he's not a saint in all this. At the end of the day, he signed it for one reason. It's purely money. Yeah. He's got no football incentive since he's left Manchester City. You've got to agree with that. He's gone to Chelsea for one reason, for money.
No matter who goes to Chelsea, though, there's no ambition for football because there's been no proof of Chelsea doing anything over the last few years. Like,
can I tell you why that is?
Because you shit.
Owners,
no
apart from that, mate, the owners are not owners.
Has that Carl got a camera, by the way?
They're there for money.
Get him on, Connor. Get him on. Get that Carl on. It's Chelsea taking their chances. They'd have won the league. Mate, behave yourself, lad.
Yeah, he's been chatting wham. I can't lie.
You sound, Carl.
Carl,
Tell them,
Carl
Carl.
is fine.
Tell
Carl
them.
is fine. Carl is fine.
Yeah, he's
behave yourself,
Carl's a
mate.
really good
it's a
player.
joke, boys. It's a joke. He's playing.
Yeah.
There's a
Don't
joke.
take it
man.
too
I ain't got a
personally.
tie on my head for nothing.
Yeah,
But,
don't take it too personally.
George,
So.
as a
Yes.
Chelsea fan, like how do you feel your club being run? Like getting rid of all the academy graduates, treating them like absolute shite, and just want to bring in every new. Like you signed. Let's be honest, you signed every kid from around the world in the last 18 to 24 months.
Well, let me tell you how I feel, right? If you saw my Instagram last week, Thursday night, you would have seen I put a picture. I was at the game. I put a picture of the state, and I had the circus music playing on it because we are a circus. Stamford Bridge is a circus. All we need is a big tent over it. That's all. Like, I'll support my club 100%, but the way we're going about things and the way we're doing things is, it's horrible to be sat
Like,
here.
do you
as
think you're going to
Chelsea
get a
fan.
transfer ban?
Oh, yeah, of course. That's why we've signed 100 players. I think we're going to get a transfer ban for at least 3 windows.
No, we know why Chelsea have failed, and you know that most importantly. Is obviously the sacking of getting rid of Petr Cech and that lady that dealt with all the transfers. What was her name? Marina, was it? No.
Yeah,
Fully agree. Fully agree.
Yeah, like whatever their name was. But
And this goes back to Bowley being a businessman. When Bowley came in, he got rid of everyone who wasn't his own personnel. There's only 2 players left at the club that aren't actually no, 1 player at the club that isn't a youth academy graduate, that isn't a Todd Bowley personnel, and he's trying to force him out of the club, and that's Ben Chilwell, the only player left. Everything else goes back to the backroom staff, the manager, the tea lady. Literally everyone is now Todd Bowley personnel.
But
And what does that tell you?
As well, though, like looking at it, like again, I don't know what the number was exactly, but you employed like 40, 50 employees from Brighton since Todd Bowley's come in. Like, and that's players and like obviously.
No wonder Tony Bloom's able to spend 200 million in the transfer window. Chelsea didn't give him about 500 mil.
The one good thing about FSG, they fleeced Chelsea about Caicedo. There's no way on earth FSG were putting down 115 million for Caicedo.
Unless we're getting
this
Evans
window
out.
tells you. This window literally tells you that.
Rick,
like
what
you
we
guys.
Osherman's staying at Napoli.
Is he?
Yeah.
Him and
Where's it?
him and Lukaku.
George, no wants to cry.
Where is this? No, I don't want to cry.
I'll ask you a question, George. Right, very serious question, right?
Okay.
Let's forget about player egos and things like that, right? Would you have kept Lukaku with the current striking options you've got?
I don't think so.
So you're happy with Jackson?
So. No, I'm not happy with Jackson, but I wouldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. You've got to look at your current squad. So you've got Nicholas Jackson. Is Broha still there?
No, he's leaving, and he's going Ipswich, isn't he?
All right. So here you go. So you're happy to let Lukaku go, which they've done, and you've got your centre forward as Nicholas Jackson.
No, well, for me, this comes down to...
I'm not happy with Jackson on his own. Of course, he's got a lot to prove this year. Whoa. We're talking Chelsea. I'm the Chelsea fan here. Let me cook.
Come on.
Let me finish Luke's question, mate. Yeah, thank you, Connor. I leave him at the bottom this time.
I'm back
thank
second
you.
now. Get in.
I'm not happy with Jackson on his own up there. I'll be honest. But would I be happy with Lukaku? No, not really. So why would I? Why would I say, oh yeah, I wish Lukaku was still? I wouldn't because I wouldn't be happy with him.
Rick,
isn't it the job of the manager though, mate, to get the best out of the players?
No, of course.
Rick, I'm going to ask you a question.
That's not saying.
If he was interested in a swap deal with Lukaku for Darwin Nunez, would you take it?
Absolutely not.
I thought he was going to say yeah.
I'm going to get rid of you now for that. What the?
I thought you were
Listen, I get.
I was
Darwin
trying to catch him out. That's all.
I was there at the bottom, Luke. How is it?
I get the Darwin Nunez hate, right, from certain parts of the fan base. Like, obviously, we paid big money. If Edwards was here, we want to sign Darwin Nunez as a fact. But
what do you mean?
He seems like a good lad. he will like. Who knows what he's going to be like
The
under
new
Slot?
manager, though.
Can I just say, you was going to turn around and say he will come good. Now we all said that last year, and now it's like,
he
not
will.
even going to play him.
No, yeah, but you know, I've been Darwin Nunez' biggest fan, like for the last 18 to 24 months or whatever he's been here since day one. But I do think this season is his last season, unless he gets on.
And he's got to drop for him eventually.
Yeah,
Like, it has
like,
to.
Edwards will fleece one of the South American teams, or the Spanish teams, or even the Italian teams might take him because he's like the pace he's got. Like, I think if Edwards could get 40 to 45 million for him next summer, if he didn't have a good season, they'd take it all day long.
Here's another weird deal. Napoli have gone for the Scottish midfield, it looks like. They've signed Scott McTominay. They've just signed Billy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Wow.
Partnership.
Yeah, but they've done well.
I think they're good signings for Napoli.
Yeah,
but
they'll do well. Look at like the lads from that Bologna signed last season before the injury in the Euros. He was literally one of the best central midfielders for Bologna, and he was Scottish. No, the other Scottish midfielder for Bologna.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Yeah, Ferguson. Yeah.
No. The other one for
the striker from like Hull, like 10 years ago.
How long you have that? Was it the left back? Is it Hickey?
Yeah, Hickey. He's at Brentford now, though, isn't it?
Yeah. But like you think a lot of these Italian clubs, not just Scottish players, but like Atalanta went and signed Adamola Lookman, and look what he's gone and done now. Like you know, it's not out of question. A lot of these Italian clubs, like you know, Napoli with and Guisa, Fulham.
Lookman.
Boys, question. Yeah, no, I don't think he's gone there. But boys, question for you three, right? If Liverpool start to struggle this season, and we drop down the table, league table, loss after loss after loss, the players don't believe in Slot no more. If Slot goes, should Richard Hughes go with him?
Yes.
No, Arne Slot's going nowhere, as we know. But I know you're speaking hypothetically.
No, but like hypothetically, if FSG done something they haven't done, which is pull the trigger on someone early doors and got him out the seat, should Richard Hughes go with him?
Yes, and I think Edwards would have to answer some questions as well, because that's at the end of the day, the whole club knew. Look, I think they already knew Edwards was coming into the club before Klopp had resigned, so they've all had all that time to bring in the right replacement. Now, look, I do think I've said it, and I'll back it. You know, at the end of the day, I've always said that Arne Slot should be given at least 18 months for me. But with your point that you said, Rick, I agree. At the end of the day, if they do struggle and the players lose the backing of the manager, because it can easily happen, you know, let's not be carried away. We've won our first 2 games. You know, it's his first real big test at the weekend. And, you know, if we go halfway through the season and we're in if we go halfway through the season and we're out the top 4 race, you know, we're in a race just to stay in the top 6, example, like for me, that's not good enough. And you can then clearly see that players might lose the dressing, like the manager might lose the dressing room. So if that happens, I'm on it. Really, at the end of the day, they should
but I'm not saying it. Like, I'm not saying like, listen, Slot's going to win the lot. I'm not asked. Like, I'm backing bold Slot. I'm bold myself. We've got to stay together in it. But I back him massively. I do think Slot is a very, very good tactician. Listen, we all love Jurgen Klopp, but there's a major difference in terms of tactics between the two.
I want heroes comment, by the way.
Yeah, I just think like Slot's very good. So I ain't got no issues with him struggling or anything like that.
Slot's not gonna waste any time, no lads. And like if he sits there for another 2 transfer windows, his remit when he come in would have been under the guidance of, I need money, I need investment. I've seen from an outside point of view, looking at this Liverpool team, Andy Dobbo's not getting any younger. Alisson, obviously we've replaced him, sounds. We've got 3 big players on contract renewals. And we know the club's stance historically. Obviously, it might have changed differently with a new manager, but as we've said, historically, the club are very, very unwilling, to say the least, to give big contracts out to older players as well. So
sorry to butt in. Ben Doak has officially completed his loan move to Middlesbrough as well.
Do we know if that's an obligation to buy or just a loan?
No, just a loan.
That would be so
Obligation
stupid.
to buy.
If they done that, wow. Listen,
Yeah,
I'm surprised
yeah,
that
let's-
ain't coming
hang
for
on.
Ben Oak from the looks of it.
We did get a
Yeah, it's just
salary
fine.
replacement. Like, let's not act like the right.
Yeah, but Liverpool not gonna get rid of every freaking young player we've
Yeah,
got.
but you say
We
sell
talk
a
about that, lads.
yeah, but you say sell a replacement. Then who's going to be the backup to Chiesa? So you're going to be back in the same situation.
Listen, no. According to a reliable source, Rick,
Oh, here we go. Heinz.
Chiesa is not the replacement for Salah. He won't be playing in the same position as
Oh,
Salah.
to me.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to mention no name.
No, he will literally play left wing. Mate, he will play left
Oh,
wing.
did you say it? Oh,
He's a better footballer than Diaz. I'm telling
I
you
said
now.
reliable source. I do apologise. According to
Chiesa is a
HP,
better footballer than Diaz.
you can't say nothing about Diaz. You'll get all the Diaz fans after you.
No, but he is technically a better footballer than Cody Gakpo and Lucho Diaz as well.
Lad, like Luis Diaz is again, he's a good footballer, but like he's been brought in to be played on the right. He's not being put to play on the
the
left.
levels Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp, we had one of the best left wingers in world football. The second, well, don't know that possibly like he was so good, Sadio Mane. Like that should be our level, but we've dropped massively.
Yeah, but you know what though, Jack? Give it like. We rushed the Diaz deal because obviously Spurs have been in pole position for a while, and then the agent come out and said to Liverpool, "You need to sign him now, otherwise he's going to Spurs." Now, look, there's a lot of Liverpool fans, maybe Ricky at the moment, who would have turned around and said, "Now, yeah, he should have gone to Spurs." You know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Obviously, at the time, we didn't say that, but I feel for him because straight away he's gone into the football club, and he has to be Mane's level. That was never going to happen. It had to take a year at least for him to really settle back into the team.
But they're the levels, though, aren't they, mate?
They are the levels. They are the levels.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, but don't act like Sadio Mane's last year at Liverpool was a complete success. He had 6 phenomenal months.
Yeah, because he was a bit like Fabinho, who's carrying the club for like 5 years.
But they are the levels.
His legs would have fall off.
They are the levels, but you look at like Mo Salah went off like first year and scored over 45 goals. That's all well and good. So, are you expecting this to have for Chiesa?
No,
Are
listen,
you expecting this? Analyze Liverpool in the 90s off the back of winning a league title. We waited 30 years because that overall level depreciated. McManaman left Liverpool, and the list is endless. Like we went in the Premier League wilderness for 30 years, and we had the odds one good season every 5 years where we might have won the league. Like. The levels, and this is where the levels do strive from the fan base as well. Like, but at the end of the day, I'll still support Liverpool, even if we are 16th, 17th. But if you want to be competitive in modern day football, you need to spend money. You can't continue to penny pinch. And I do agree I do understand where you come from, though, Luke. But surely, as a fan base, they should be our standards for every position within this team. Because say if 11 of those players went tomorrow, they need to get replaced. Van Dijk, they all need to be replaced eventually. But I'm not having a go at Diaz. It's not his fault. Like, he's a very good footballer.
Well, why is it not his fault?
But he's a worse finisher than Darwin Nunez.
Look, I'm just going by from what you're saying, Jack. Like, for me, if we are going to talk about Luis Diaz, he's already had 2 years at the club, or a year and a half. Like,
but yeah, the last 2 years weren't the best, as we know.
Diaz or Gakpo, who'd you sell if one had to go?
I think the more profitable side to sell would be Diaz. Diaz would make more money than Gakpo.
But Lucho is a very good footballer. Like
he just can't finish.
People get carried away with that way too long. Like again, we saw it on the weekend. Previously, that chance he finished, that's what he should be doing. But again, 9 times or 6, 8 or whatever times out of 10, he will miss that opportunity. Yeah, like similar to how we did against City.
It might be a coaching thing.
Yeah, exactly. It could be.
Might have been telling him something that Slot is
exactly,
now,
and that's the difference. Like we've already seen. Like and again, we have discussed this on all of our channels. Like speaking about it, what we've seen so far under Arne Slot, we could have done a lot of that last season, and we could have then done better in other games. Again, being more composed, being more structured in the game. Look at that Palace game. Look how erratic we were in that game. Where again we were like, oh, we got to score a goal, we got to do this, we got to do that. A little bit of calmness might have changed that. Liverpool might have won that game and then gone on to win the Premier League. You never know. And that's then coming from the manager, and it's coming from, again, what you do on the training ground. It's the tactics. It's what Arne Slot brings to the football club. We've already seen he's brought a presence about him. Calmness, where he again will change the team, but also he'll change things when it's necessary. Again, Ipswich. Jurgen, I don't think would have done that. I don't think he would have took off Konza at half time and brought in Ibu. Again, that changed the game.
You only done that with Dejan Lovren when we were getting battered by Tottenham.
So Fabrizio Romano has just confirmed the obligation to buy clause for Jadon Sancho from from United to Chelsea is around £25 million.
That it?
Wow, 25 million
for United.
Wow, we've made a cheap
That's a
signing.
joke.
25 million. I'm not being funny. That's the best bit of business Chelsea have done.
So wait, do they have to pay anything for the loan?
I'm proud of that.
It's a loan, but obviously an obligation to buy next summer.
Do they have to pay anything for the loan fee, or as he said?
Yeah, they'll probably pay a loan fee.
I'm guessing they'll have to pay a loan fee, and then on top of it, pay majority of the wages as well.
Okay.
Question: during the loan period, will the wages be split between both clubs?
No,
not necessarily. Like the United, they obviously that's not been overly sort of confirmed yet, but there is Chelsea might even pay 100% of the wages. We don't know.
Okay.
Because Liverpool,
just
from Mamadashvili, Liverpool are paying half his wages because obviously he's got a new wage, so we're paying the wage to cover the new upgrade.
And you'll notice as well on the length of the contract, so it might only be like a 2 to 3 year contract. You know, like a lot of new signings, they'll sign for, I mean, especially with Chelsea. I mean, look, a 6-year contract's a low contract, but you know, you'll notice like with players that come in from obligations, they'll be like 2 to 3 years because it's like a 4-year contract to an extent. So I reckon Chelsea are probably paying at least 75-80% of the wages minimum.
Like, yeah, I think he'll do really well, George. I think I'm telling you that.
I hope so. I really hope so, man.
The only to quickly steer it back to Liverpool as well, though, lads. And we'll have to chat this as well. Like, fair enough. It comes back to transparency, as I said. If Liverpool have to spend money to replace Salah, and by money I mean like bare money, then fair enough. We'll all hold our hands up and then sound. But it's just a bit dodgy as well in terms of just waiting. But it's an exciting season, though, lads. And Arne Slot could be our biggest signing. Yeah,
look on the group chat. Luke, goes back to what you were saying earlier about Chelsea's attack. Look at what I've just sent.
So look, yeah, Chelsea's attack this year. Like, if you look at like just wingers and strikers, so Sancho, Madueke, Felix, Neto, Palmer, Jackson, and Mudryk.
You should be getting into the Champions League with that.
They should be challenging for the title. The amount of money that they've spent.
Palmer's
they've got Yusuf in goal in Petrovic, but like, you know, apart from that attacking lineup, they should be challenging for the league. Simple as that.
Man United bought Sancho for 73 mil.
Yeah, it was nearly 100 mil.
I thought it was more than that.
It was the year before.
About 80.
So the year before, Dortmund put on a price tag of about 100 million, and United turned it down. And obviously, they waited a year, and then it went just over to 70 million.
So, are United getting anyone then to replace him with, or not?
He didn't play last season.
They've got Diallo, haven't they?
They've got Diallo that's just come into the team, and obviously the signing of Xerxes, and even Garnacho is going to play a lot more this year as well. So and it sounds mad, he's not a winger, but like they play like quite high with their fullbacks as well. So like I don't think they're going to really bother. I think United have done some good business. The Lit's a good signing. Ugate's a good signing. I still think they'll miss out, but in terms of progression for the next couple of years, I think United have done some good business.
Go on then. We have an idea then. We'll go around everyone. We have an idea of what the squads are going to look like for each other. Top 6 right now, in order. I will ask you. What would be your top 6? Now looking at the squad.
Who are we starting with?
You, because you're first.
So,
Lovely.
I'm going Liverpool to win the league.
Not 8.
Sorry. Yeah, what?
Yeah, I'm going Liverpool to win the league. City, Arsenal.
Can I just reiterate, right? Rick's gone with the 2 teams that have done the worst business out of the 6, I would suppose.
Yeah.
So the
Really?
business don't mean nothing.
No,
No,
but
so-
are you speaking about Liverpool and City, Luke?
No, we're
Yeah,
talking
but
about
us.
top 6.
Oh, top 6. Yeah,
So I'm going to go Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Villa,
Mm.
So I get my predictions.
Spurs,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
and I'm going to go United because I think they sacked Ten Hag before Christmas, and then Van Nistelrooy will take over and get them top 6.
That's Southgate.
Who? Southgate? No, he's going to
Southgate.
be.
Oh,
Oh,
he's taking a new job in
Southgate.
Southgate with UEFA. I see something
Nah.
like an advisor or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be Ricky's spot on. Like the writing's on the wall in terms of Ten Hag. Like already, if you listen to all the journals and the reports coming out of United, they love him as a
We
as a
beat them.
coach.
We beat them bad this Sunday.
Yeah.
It will come.
Other questions
The
will
murmur-
be starting.
The murmurs will come earlier than normal.
My
Thing is,
guy's got Brighton in 4th.
why not? I bet Brighton could
Yeah,
be a
mate.
top
Listen,
four
Brighton.
shot.
Yeah, I think Brighton beat Arsenal this weekend.
at the Emirates.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hope so.
I've got
At
I've
the
got
Emirates.
Liverpool, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and United. I think United should get top 4, but will they? Probably not.
Is it just me that think Newcastle are being put on like in those
No,
top 6
n-
conversations?
No, not the PE teacher, mate.
No. I'm saying like I don't think they should be. Like,
No,
why are they in those
That's-
conversations?
That's your
They-
future England manager. That is.
Listen,
We
he's a
are.
PE teacher, and the other one puts the cones out. Do you know what I mean? There you go.
All
Mate, I
Tyndall
can't-
does is
I
stand
can't
up.
stand
That's all he
Jason
does.
Tyndall. I can't stand him,
Oh,
man.
he's a fucker, him.
Um,
Stands up and stares at people. Like.
I mean, look,
hang on. Let's go. Luke, on. What's your 6?
I'm still. I mean, I still stick with what I said on my channel. So, what? Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool. I said Spurs to finish 4th, but like I just don't know. With the maybe they could have brought in maybe one more. I'm still going to stick with it. I still think Spurs might creep into the top 4. I'll go Villa 5th, and I'll go United 6th. Chelsea 8th. I think. I
That's
think
optimistic, mate.
Listen, I think there's teams like Brighton. I mean, I know West Ham have had a slow start, but West Ham could get, Lopetegui could really get them running and doing well.
I've got them 5th.
Who?
For me,
West Ham.
yeah, like for me personally,
West
mate,
Ham.
Yeah.
West Ham have got some good players, man.
If
there's-
it clicks for them,
They've had a rough start, but some of the signings they've made.
my 3 targets this year is all right. I want us to try and compete, maybe win a trophy. If we win a title race, who knows? I don't think we are, but make sure we stay in the top 4. Try and potentially win a trophy. United misses out on Champions League again, and Everton go down. That for me is a perfect season for Liverpool this year.
Connor, what's your issue with me putting a West Ham 5th lot?
I just don't think West Ham. I think everyone's not overhyped it a little bit, but I don't think they'll be 5th.
They haven't got
I think-
David Moyes no more. They got Lopetegui.
Yeah, but it's Lopetegui an upgrade on David Moyes. Like we've always said, like
Yeah.
be careful what
Yeah.
you wish for.
He is long term. He is.
improvements.
I think long term he is.
Probably
I've-
like
Yeah,
I'm
mine's
probably looking at it short term, but
Yeah.
I think it's very. Again, like if things start to go, we spoke about it in terms of Arne Slot. If things go south of West Ham, again, you'll have the whole thing of we spent the money, we've done this, we've done that, and then that whole then creeps up of then we got to get rid of the manager. Like they've done that previously. Like I wouldn't be surprised by it by any means.
Yeah, I go Liverpool, City, Arsenal, United, West Ham, and Villa. That'll be my top 6.
Where Chelsea finishing?
I'd say that we had done this. I was saying that, yeah. I'll put Chelsea 5th. Mainly, this is when I done.
If you put West Ham 5th, mate, you mind that?
No, I'll replace obviously Chelsea. I think Sancho alone, if you can get him playing the way he can. I think he'll
Love
be-
Mark's comment. I still feel Chelsea will finish below the top 10.
There's no way they do that, though.
We don't
Surely
know.
has to be no way.
Well, to be fair,
Hashtag no ball knowledge.
Where is he? Where's the man?
where's he?
Where is he? Come on, mate. Where
is
are
he?
you?
No, but it is interesting. Like if Chelsea do have like an absolute rotter, like a few months, like
Someone just jumped there.
who's just robbing Riplin then?
Is that you,
But
Ricky, or was that the dog?
No, no.
Probably the dog.
He's a dog.
I don't know.
But-
If it wasn't Rick, it'd be the dog, innit?
Yeah, I was going to say the blinds are moving, lads. It might be you.
There we go,
I'm not
Yusuf.
down
He's
There
in.
he is.
Yeah.
Jesus
Back the
Christ.
gaffer.
Mr. Local knowledge.
But no,
Get it trending.
if Enzo Maresca does have a bad couple of months, how long are we saying until the top bully gives him? Christmas? Oh,
For me,
I
though,
thought
George,
that
for me, George, you just got to go with the Liverpool approach. As a new manager, you've got to give him at least, as I said, like 18 months.
Oh, I think that's the standard for a new manager, unless obviously like different situations arise. I think 18 months is the threshold for those like a new manager coming in, but I guess we'll have to see.
Go on, Rick.
Rick's already got one ready, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it. I'm not even a Liverpool fan. I'll do it.
Do you think we can like hold a paper of FSG forcing them or even giving them a warning? Because it's that man in the middle.
I think
got
it would
banner
literally-
and everything.
It would literally have to, for the whole fan base, as I said before, top of the show, with Roy Hodgkinson, it'd literally have to take a manager that
Roy
Roy-
Hodgkinson, did you say?
Roy Hodge. Roy Hodge. Yow. You know you said that.
Liverpool fans will never force FSG out because they saved us.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it would take like our fan base is far too relaxed. It has been for the last couple of windows as well. Like we become complacent.
It's like a
we just-
library at the games as well.
Relax.
No,
Do you
we just-
remember last summer? Last summer was an absolute mess.
Can I,
No,
can I-
but in terms of
can I
the
just turn around and say, when Rick done the banner for FSG out, I've never seen the biggest F I've ever seen. And the next question you asked me is, where's the Esco?
In terms of your question, Kyle, no, there's nobody's.
No.
expecting Liverpool. Like,
Oh,
again,
I have a question for you boys.
Go on then.
Bottom three. Who's going
Everton.
down?
Everton.
Chelsea.
Everton are going this season.
No, Everton are
I
going.
think they're
nowhere.
already. Everton
Oh,
are
they
gone.
are.
Wait, no,
And
right,
by the
can I-
way,
Lads,
God.
don't concede 7 goals in 2 games. Sorry.
They
Connor.
narrowly beat Doncaster. That weren't a 3-0 with like a comfortable 3-0.
oh, dude, we watched it
Mopey
together.
got the first
Oh,
train
my
out of there,
word.
mate. That was mental. Jack, can I ask you one question, right?
Oh,
And this
go
is
on,
gonna,
lad.
right. I'm actually a bit annoyed, right, in terms of Liverpool fans when they turn around and say Everton can't go down because they'll lose the derby. Right?
Oh, I couldn't. That's an.
Like,
I'm only
wow,
bothered
like-
about the 6 points every season. That's
No, listen,
But we
like,
don't
we only
get
got,
6
we only got
points
3
off them.
last year, but the thing is, I've seen so many Liverpool fans come out and go, Everton have to stay in the league.
It's
because of
bad for the
derby."
city. It's
You're
bad
trying
for
to
the
tell
city,
me-
let go down.
You're trying to tell me that Chelsea would turn around and say, "Look, listen, guys, Spurs can't go down." Do you know what I mean? Or
Fucking
No,
send
Fulham
them
can't go
down.
You know what I mean?
Send
we
them
are-
down.
But it's
No,
the
but
same
we are-
concept.
Luke and Mickey, we're Liverpool fans. It's Everton. Literally, they got a massive. If you didn't go down last season, they're never gonna go down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
No,
the.
but-
I'm not even a
even if
Liverpool
you get-
fan, and I fully like if it was me, send them down, relegate them, let them go.
No, even if they get a 30
Get
points
them off,
deduction,
man.
No, it's easy. It's not as easy.
No,
as
look,
saying that,
lad,
though.
Can I
This
just ask?
They're
season-
not, they're not going.
I might
Ipswich,
sound.
Ipswich do the double over Everton, so Everton are going down.
Listen,
No, I'm telling you,
I'm waiting for Burnley. Oh, actually, no, Burnley not even in the league, Ricardo.
they've
Listen,
got no company, so they might survive.
right,
Next
Jack.
season.
The thing is, though, like, do you get my point? Like, look, I'm
Yeah, I
open.
get it.
I'm
That's
hoping you want Everton to go down. Of course you are.
Yeah, of course.
Right, look, Callum's right. You got a blue top on, but there's surely like fuck the derby. In all honesty, like I want them to be
I want
nowhere
it,
near
yeah.
the Premier League. I want them in that new stadium next year, hosting Rotherham on a Tuesday night. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, I'd say I'd love them to go down, like every Liverpool fan would. But if they haven't gone down last year, they're never going to go down. Even if they get hit with a 30-point deduction this season, They're not going down because
Jack,
you need
let
to
me
get rid of
ask.
Sean Dyche. If you get rid of Sean Dyche, then certainly they will get relegated. He's the
you
only
think,
thing Palace survived, like saving that club.
Jack, answer this honestly. Do you want Everton to go down?
Yes.
Thank you.
You
That's all we
say
wanted.
no, such a smack. I'm sorry, I can't take Jack seriously with that.
Well,
No,
it's
can I
Everton.
just, look,
They won't do that.
at the end of the day, I might sound stupid when I say this, but all right, I don't live in Liverpool. Of course, I don't. You know, at the end of the day, I
Go
support
ahead.
the club. I don't. But why is it such a big thing about? Oh, it must be a dot. Like, I wouldn't be craving on about Tranmere have got to be in the Premier League.
Lad,
Do you know what I
they're over the water.
No, but-
Wow.
It's class to derby. You know,
King Tranmere.
I don't see George going out again. I really want to play QPR. Do you know what I mean? I really want to make sure that Brentford stay in the Premier League. Like, he'll want them to go down. You know, Arsenal wouldn't ever going to
Where's
go.
Orient?
No, but that's
It's all
what I
right.
mean.
They're giving us Jared Brentwaite next season. So it sounds.
I mean, all them reports that were coming out, Brentford was going to go Liverpool. Let's talk about transfers, Connor.
Wait.
At the end of the day,
Before we move on,
who's done that?
Jack?
Brentford to Liverpool.
wait, Jack.
I mean,
Aren't you
Hughes has got more
the
sources than
guy?
that.
Jack, aren't you the guy that dropped me and Luke off at Everton when
Yeah,
we were
'cause you-
going to Anfield?
Because we do live in an age of having mobile phones, lads. Have you ever heard of a Saturn app on your iPhone, lads?
I left my house at 5
Unless
o'clock
you're
in the
using
morning.
Carrier Pigeon to get
I
to your
had been
directions,
travelling with Luke all day. It was a 5-hour
You know the
drive.
big red stadium, lad?
We've done a 5-hour
Head
drive and
towards
Jack
it,
dropped
lads.
me off outside Goodison Park for
Yeah,
Liverpool
because
Cardiff.
as everyone knows, when you go in the ground at Liverpool, you literally can't park anywhere close to the ground because it's all
You wasn't
segregated.
parking. You was dropping us off.
Yeah.
Who was
I
that?
just pull up
Yeah, but
and then
you
go.
You
drop
still
you-
can't,
Do you
still
drop
can't
me
get
off
near the
outside
stadium.
the changing room, lad?
Yeah, you still can't get near the stadium driving
Yeah,
wise.
you
No,
can't.
we know,
Thank you, Ricky.
No, we
So
know
there we
We
go.
that.
found that out like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We know that, but there was 2 roads that were open after. Jack just dropped us off and got
Yeah,
there.
we
You go,
walked.
Yeah.
We walked.
He thought
ages.
you might want to say Goodison Park while you're there.
Yeah.
But
Why do I wanna see
Moving
Goodison
on.
Park for?
to be fair, George, we'd have had time for a stadium
Hey,
tour,
boys,
wouldn't we?
do you know next time you come down, you can walk yourselves, boys. There you go. So
We
jump
walked
on.
To be
back.
fair, can I
We
just
walked
say,
back.
me and George
Very
did it on the way
rude.
back.
We did it.
And some
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
nearly robbed me for my card outside a shop.
He asked him for £2 in a plastic bag.
Yeah, probably because you asked them to drop them off. Like you used to. Oh, can you drop me off, lads? And it was probably the taxi driver. He said, "Sorry, mate, it's not a bit too further away from the stadium, so no."
Callum's comment ended it. It's guaranteed.
Certainly not,
Yeah.
no chance, lads. No
You're going for a
chance.
quid.
If we
Yeah.
do you know what, if we reach some sort of goal, McKendo drop the photo. Wait,
Well,
what?
Everton
No.
goes down, you
McKenna
get
could be
to
wearing an Everton
Newcastle.
shirt. If he
And do the
finishes
chants.
last in that fantasy football, McKenna
No
would
chance.
Oh yeah.
No,
So,
oh, yeah.
So if anybody doesn't
Connor's going
know,
to confirm it. Yeah, go on.
yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, in our in our FPL league, whoever comes bottom has to wear their rival shirt.
Connor, can you wear pants as well instead of shorts every time? That would help.
Pants? What are we in America? What are you on? Pants.
Don't be
No,
wearing
like,
shorts,
your underwear,
like shorts
mate.
to my wedding.
Yeah,
lads.
yeah.
Yeah, no chance.
So look, most of it's obviously like, you know, Everton shirts outside Goodison
Yeah, but
Park, whatever.
what hurts more,
No,
an
no, you
Everton
have
shirt
to
or
go-
Manchester United shirt?
United.
United.
Exactly. So we should be United
Yeah, we're going
for
outside.
us.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
Anfield.
we're not going to
United
be
shirt.
we're not going to finish bottom. So you know
We're not going to
it's
do it anyway. Listen, at the end of the day, Hughes has
We'll-
got that
we'll
Havertz
order
shirt
half
ready.
an hour.
Yeah, have you
Tom's
seen
gonna
the
finish
bottom of the
last.
table?
Tom will finish last.
Yeah.
Tom.
Tom's got to fly all the way over. Just
Oh, do you know what? I'll happily pay for his flight. Jack, you can
Just-
drive him. Drop him outside Goodison Park, make him walk.
yeah,
No, I drop them on
Yeah.
your doorstep, lads. But you can't park there. You can't park there.
not
mate.
about there, mate.
You can't park.
So wait, how close is the bottom? Like
Between
between
like
everyone?
3 points
I think-
between the bottom.
yeah.
Tell you what, my brother's sweating at the moment. He said he was going to walk it. Now he's like third bottom. He don't want to be wearing a Tottenham. Actually, no. He's got to have a Tottenham shirt, isn't he?
No, we'll
Yeah.
get a half and
Yeah.
half bit. Like, surely there's a way of like getting a half and half. Like
Oh,
you've seen them in America.
Oh, for
That's
that.
great.
No,
that
have
is
you, no, you've
grim.
seen them in America, like the half and half kits.
That's
Like,
like
literally.
I would much
That's
rather
like-
wear an Everton kit than do that. That's grim.
Yeah.
No, they are out there. Like,
That's like
Between the bottom three.
telling Connor to decide whether to wear Swansea and Cardiff.
Between
Well,
the
listen,
bottom three,
Newport
it's 5
County,
points.
mate.
5 points between the bottom three.
Any transfers?
I'm
33
cruising
minutes
in
to go.
midday one.
I'm gonna say, if Liverpool signed anyone by that, the last 10-minute interval, probably not.
No, to be fair, there hasn't been any transfer news
Yeah, well,
in the last 50 minutes. So again, Jadon Sancho, and that's been it.
How does
Yeah.
Ryan Fraser get these moves? He's gone to Southampton. So
he's played
Yeah,
for
Ben
Bournemouth as
Ben
well.
Doak has moved. Yeah, the Ben Doak's gone to Middlesbrough. Just stop oil.
Bro, saying this as a Chelsea fan, by the way.
Yusuf, I guarantee you're definitely one of those that stands at museums and sticks
No,
your hands to
no, but-
paintings.
no, but that fella that ran on the pitch, he was Everton's man
Yeah,
of the
they've
match against
confirmed that.
Newcastle.
Arsenal have confirmed that the loan move for Sterling is very close.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, speaking of that Newcastle game against Ev last season, was it
Uh,
the year before? I don't know.
Osimhen's not going.
What's the question from Kyle? Are we happy that Ben Doak has gone to Middlesbrough
Yeah.
on loan?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
like-
we didn't sign Chiesa, then sounds.
You've only just got to look like at Harvey Elliott. You've only got to look at one or two other players that have played, gone on loan to the Championship, got some valuable game time, and then come back into the first team. And there's no reason why, if Salah's going to be leaving next year, then there will be that spot open. So I'm not saying he's going to be the replacement, but from that area of the pitch, Ben Doak's got some very good qualities, and he's a very young player. So why not? I think it'd be a good move. I think he's going to go to a good team. So
What are you doing?
What?
I've just
I
seen
missed
the
that.
chat. So,
Oh,
what's this?
It's a GIF. Steven Gerrard.
Oh,
There you go.
okay.
doesn't
I
come
get
up
what you
on
mean.
the,
Yeah. Are you guys happy with? How are you guys happy with the transfer?
yeah, definitely
13 million, well spent.
No. 10.9.
Sorry, 10.9. Yeah, sorry, 10.9.
Like the biggest
Ooh.
signing for Liverpool this window was the manager. Like, and it all comes down to, as we've all said, like for any football club for the matter, spoke about United, spoke about Chelsea as well. It comes down to having a great coach or head coach as well. Like that will be, and like it was when we brought Jurgen Klopp, he was Liverpool's biggest signing in that era, in terms of him getting those standards up again. But I think Arne Slot is the type of personality that he's not going to keep quiet. I think if he gets to January and still Liverpool haven't got the contract sorted or got a couple of players in that he wants and players that he wants to move out, he will certainly say it in a press conference, 100%.
I can't believe you're laughing around. I'm literally crying. Says Carl. Hopefully you are enjoying the show as well as we are. But as long as there's no buyouts as well, this is just a straight loan for Ben Doak. Half hour left of the transfer window and this show as well. So, but Ben Doak is built for Borough. He's like the Scottish Adam, fucking Adama Traore without the strength. Hello, dog.
Lola.
Lule. Zero end product as well. What's this, Adama Traore? Or
Can Lola play?
Oh, the doggies.
Can
Luke, can
Lola
you-
play 6?
Luke, can you do the Lion King?
Ready?
Go on, Ricky, show your dog, lads.
Ah. Look at
Half an hour to go into the transfer window. Yeah, thank God. The biggest signing for Liverpool is Raheem to Arsenal. Yeah, again, that's been the major talking point, isn't it, today? There's not a lot we can really do anyway, Mark says. We've definitely stuck gold with Slot. Yeah, I would agree. I think we have indeed. Just like I believe in Chelsea, Joe Hendry is... Or just like I believe in Chelsea, Joe Hendry and I also believe in Arne Slot. Stop worrying about the transfers and enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the
So I
ride.
can say,
Hopefully
Mark,
we're
Mark, that's a bit below the belt, man.
What's
wow.
Oh,
Fair
wow.
play. Fair play.
Sim bin for you there,
Wolf.
Mark. Was he
Wolf.
out?
Fair play.
Oh, that's a bannable offence.
Connor, do you do like stream donations?
Do
Does
I
that
do
ever
stream
happen?
donations?
Or is it possible
Yeah, of
for you
course.
to get them? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Why?
Just curious.
Are you gonna do one, George?
If you're on about text to speech, then
Maybe.
no.
No, I'm not on the text to speech. Don't worry.
George, do a super chat.
I'm
Do it in
here.
my-
I'm literally on the street. You
No,
can
do-
hear
do
me.
it in
I
my
can
chat.
say what I want.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
do it. Something different. No one really does
Wait,
it. So do it.
George, say that again. What did you just say?
What? That I'm here and that I can say.
No, you're not.
Now do a super chat, boy.
Oh, I know what you've done, Connor. You haven't put this as an overlay. You've put it as a background, haven't you?
Here we go. Actually, yeah, tech expert. Fuck off.
I'm up to 3.
What do you mean? What are you on about now?
Have you set this as a background? It was
No,
No,
great.
I've set it as an overlay.
Have you?
Yes.
Have you got a? Oh, you've got a white background on that.
Talking about transfer windows, rate out of 10 Manchester City's.
10 out of 10.
4.
What, Savinho and Gundogan?
Oh no, I forgot about Gundogan.
Gundogan wins your league
7.
title, as you've seen.
No, but like, are you guys a little bit not worried? Would you say, like, looking at the way they've done their transfers, that they know something's coming?
They just sold one of their players for 80 million. Like,
Maybe.
No, but like they've only brought in 2 players, and one of them was obviously a free.
But
That's not City though. I know Gundogan's still a good player, but City they'll bring in 3 or 4.
Breaking news: Andre has decided to join Liverpool. I'm joking. He's completed his move to Wolves.
But with City, though, Luke, to your point, they're already a bit similar to Liverpool, mate. Like, the squad age of Liverpool and City would be interesting to analyse. I think Nathan Ake's, 29 as well? Obviously, you replace him with Gavardio. But I think there is a big rebuild for Liverpool and City in the next 5 years. Whatever does happen with Pep Guardiola, and obviously we've got our new manager in, whether Pep wants to stay. But it is a good point that you've raised there, mate. But I just think their bar currently as a squad, and they're going for the 5th title in a row. Like, it's already that good.
Because look, I know they've got the money and everything, and just say they get away with it. Just say they do, right? And Pep Guardiola looks like he's going to leave at the end of the season. It looks like it's going to be last year. So a new manager, whoever it's going to be, is going to come into Manchester City. There's no way that the owners are going to do exactly what our owners have done to Slot. Like, basically just let him sign 1 player. Like, they'll let the manager sign 6. I know that the money's different. I understand all that. But I expect when Pep goes, I think there's going to be a couple of outgoings. I think De Bruyne could be one of them due to just the age, and obviously, like, he'll want to go and finish his career somewhere else to get a bit more money. I don't think Haaland's going to be there for at least another 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens at City over the next couple of years. But especially when Pep goes, I think it's going to be a massive change.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens when they get that under the 15 charges looked at this summer.
They're even.
You look at if Pep does leave Manchester City, like, one manager is out there for them to go and get.
That'd never be an issue, though, Con. Like, we grew up. Like,
yeah, of course not.
Obviously, the new City fans didn't know the years of the Mancinis, and obviously the other great managers that they had. You had Pellegrini. He won the league title with them as well. So
there isn't any top man. Like, what screams out to you? There's no top managers available. Like going into next year. Like, Liverpool, again, they've took a risk on Arne Slot, and like, we think again he'll do a really, really good job. But is City going to go for someone who, again, you look at the Brighton manager at the minute. Again, I know his age is something, but if he does well with Brighton, does City then go with him? Do they either go with somebody who's inexperienced?
If you was to take someone in the Premier League, I'll ask all of you. If you was to take a manager currently in the Premier League to take the City job next year, who goes? And let's not talk about potential, what they could be if you're going to take them now.
It'd be Arteta, wouldn't it?
Well, from Liverpool, for Liverpool.
From anywhere in the league, if you was to take a manager to go to City, who would you take?
It would be Arteta for me.
And I think
Not-
Arteta could potentially go.
yeah.
Not Thomas Frank McKendall.
Well, all jokes aside, for the way sort of he plays his football, what about Postecoglou?
All right, mate,
Ouch.
calm down. I don't
Here
know.
we
like,
are, mate.
Here we are,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah. I think, but many of the managers have failed at Tottenham. Like, they've had many league managers as well, though, haven't they? Like Conte, they couldn't get, but it's Tottenham. I'm gonna go on with another 20-minute rant
Do
about
you know what I think City get?
Ew.
Alonso.
No, I think
Madrid.
that's Real Madrid.
Nah.
I know Real Madrid.
Madrid.
Like a Nagelsmann, possibly.
But he's
No.
tied up with Germany, though, isn't he?
Yeah, only for like 2 years, though.
Yeah, but
Hey.
the world, what's it? The
The Euros and the World
Cup's next year.
Yeah.
Well, the following year, isn't it?
De Zerbi, if he has a good year for Marseille.
But he's not the
Someone
Premier League,
just
is he?
said that.
No, exactly. But I'm speaking out.
Well,
I'm speaking out terms of it.
What about Glasner, Palace?
Really?
Got European experience?
Let's get Patrick Vieira back in the
McKenna,
Premier League.
McKenna, you're
Hodgson.
saying this. Bayern Munich were about to make him the world's most expensive manager.
Lads, you're acting like Bayern didn't interview 50 people.
What about Vincent Company?
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh, there we go.
All right,
It's
all
a
right.
company.
I'll ask you this: if Vincent Company wins the title this year with Bayern, do they go after him for Manchester City?
No, because it's the Farmers League, the Bundesliga.
But they didn't win it last year.
Yeah, because they had absolutely sacked about it.
The Farmers League, in your opinion, is a Farmers League, but they didn't win it last year.
Which it is.
But it's not. They didn't win it last year.
Like
The
Bayern
German League-
Bayern won the league on like 10 years on
Yeah.
the bounce, didn't they?
But they didn't win it last year.
The German League's shocking. Even if company should win this with ease.
With
This
that
Bayern
squad.
Munich team should be winning the Bundesliga every year. It doesn't
So-
matter who the manager is, anyone could go over there and win it.
So if he doesn't win it this year, is it a Farmers League?
Yeah. It's still a Farmers League, he's just a poor coach.
So is the
You see
Premier
that
League a
Burnley-
Farmers League?
At the minute, yeah. From 2 to 10, it ain't. Like from 2 to the rest of the league, it ain't a Farmers League.
No, but the league is
Man City,
overall
yeah.
more.
The
The
league's a fu-
Premier League's the most competitive in terms
Yeah.
of in Europe.
But City have won 6 of the last 7.
But hang on, to be fair, McKenna, you're saying this though as well in terms of the Premier League. Again, I think the Premier League is the best league in the world, but statistically, the Italian league is the most competitive league. They like last season they had 10 teams in Europe. That's unbelievable.
They
to
had,
have
like-
those teams in there.
It's
They've
They
had
had
like 5
5
different
different
winners the
winners
last
the last 6
5
years.
seasons.
So that
Yeah.
Italian league's pants. Not
yeah, it's
ours.
because Juve stopped paying off the referees, mate.
No,
Right.
it might be pants in terms of quality, but if you're looking at, we're going by
But once
Farmers
Juve
League.
get their act back,
Yeah.
they'll be dominating that league.
I think like please tell me if I'm like saying something really bad, but the championship's very competitive as well. But
course
it's not
it
the
is.
best
Yeah,
quality,
yeah.
and it's up there, one of the most competitive in the world, just because of teams
We
that
can
come
be-
up. Look, Ipswich
No, I
last year.
wouldn't say the championship's competitive.
Well, it is because you could literally be top on
Yeah, but the
Christmas
three-
and then
you
be
can be top.
15th towards the end
Luton
of
won
the
the
league.
playoffs.
You tell me when the last.
Ipswich went up
Yeah.
last year.
But
Ipswich
you
got
tell
back-to-back
me- You
promotions.
tell me when the 3 that go down from the Prem are barely ever in the top 3 or 4.
Mate, like you just got to look at like last season. Ipswich
Well,
got back-to-back promotions.
Like, that was a Leicester Premier League winning title season. That season in the Championship. That's all that is. Now you tell me who's going to come up this season in the Championship. I could probably tell
Yeah,
you.
but it's very
or
rare
4.
historically in football that you have 4, 5 teams competing for the league on every given season, and that's for every league. Might that be odd? There always
Yeah,
is
Rick,
after
Rick.
January 2 teams that go for the league historically.
Leeds finished 1 point behind Ipswich and didn't go up on like 95 points or whatever it was,
And what league were Leeds in the year before?
Premier League.
and they didn't go up.
Yeah, but look, at the end of the day,
I'm
that's
not saying they're going to go up. I'm just saying the 3 that go down are always going to be 3 or 4, like the top 3 or 4 in the Championship. So it's
Yeah,
not
but-
really competitive.
But you
It's all-
expect that though, because it's even like League One. If you go down to League One, you expect them to be up there again.
Yeah, but then it's not competitive then.
Yeah, there's such a disparity really in terms of now the money within football.
Hang
Like,
on.
it's gonna be
Romano has said that of thing we already knew. Victor Osimhen's completely off. He'll stay at Napoli.
And
That's
apparently
right,
he's been
Mark.
told he's with the reserves till January.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds happy days. Fair enough. That's Conte, obviously new coach over there. So it's a
So
Conte.
they were right then saying about with Osimhen and Tony both can't sign. That must be potentially what it is. Then they've gone with Tony.
Yeah. He said deal completely off of Victor Osimhen, no agreement with Chelsea from leaving Napoli. If nothing happens from Saudi next 3 days, Osimhen will stay at Napoli, but he's not going to be part of the first team squad.
Hey George, at least you haven't got a Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front, not? He was linked this week, wasn't he?
I think
It's still time. It's still 15 minutes.
Oh, is it?
I think we
no.
do.
You
with
see,
Jackson, mate.
mate, that comment from Callum, yeah? Do you see the Turkish league? The geezer comes second on 99 points, so he sacked him.
What, in the second tier?
No, top league.
No, top league.
That's where I won the league.
Jose's there. Mourinho's there now.
Yeah, Fenerbahce comes second on 99 points.
They lost one game all season,
Yeah.
and they didn't win the league, and then they sacked him.
To be fair though, Turkish league, if you got a chance to bring in Mourinho, you would.
Oh, of course.
Didn't make Champions League though, did he?
No, but like, all right, they've got Man United in the group in their thing, but like, the thing is, at the end of the day, you've got Mourinho in the Turkish league you're going to do it.
What's the league?
Yeah, the amount of like
Oh wow, yeah, sorry there. That's
popularity that brings to the Turkish league is crazy.
That's going to be interesting though, isn't it? Mourinho's Fenerbahce at Old Trafford in the Europa League.
Oh, are they playing each other?
Yeah.
Park the bus.
Oh.
Go on, Douglas.
It's at Fenerbahce.
Oh, tell you what. Just looking at that league. Yeah,
Man United's record last season against Turkish teams wasn't very good.
Yeah. Get on these names for the top goal scorers last season in Turkish league. Some famous names here. Icardi got 25 goals, 8 assists. Edin Dzeko got 21 goals, 3 assists.
Oh, he's still playing.
Piatek got 17 goals, 1 assist. It's where he wasn't. Didn't he go to like Sunderland or something?
He's at Milan, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just.
Yeah, he was a wonder kid at one point.
I'm gonna try and pick out some like Batshuayi got 12 goals, 1 assist. Like it is the retirement home for players, man. It's obviously Tadic got 10 goals, 14 assists in that league. Wow. But yeah.
Wait, is that the Mangala that used to play centre back for City? Surely not, right?
No.
No, right, okay, sounds. Just say
Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville are both on Sky Sports, like doing like interviews and stuff. Some guy on Twitter has just put, "What an absolute pair of twats."
Gary Neville just didn't look happy with that earlier, like when they both did the interview.
Oh, the thing over at Stamford Bridge, in it with Carve Solical.
I missed that. I missed
It's an actual
He had a
YouTuber.
set of balls in his hands.
Yeah, there's an actual YouTuber that's actually done it, but like it's the return.
Oh no, that was shocking. Yeah, like, but that comes down to like the TV crew really should have been like blocking out that.
Yeah, surely they've got to have some sort
like
of
security
guard for that.
Yeah,
and not some like bloke in a green t-shirt who looks out of shape. Surely they've got to get someone who's a bit like beefed up. Rick, why don't you go do it, mate?
So Paddy Power actually drove a van outside Stamford Bridge, and on their banner on the van it says Chelsea clearance offer ends 11 p.m. Inquire now. Ask for Todd.
Good advertisement for them, isn't it? So,
yeah, 21 players must go. Low price.
Can we speak about our mate Andre? How do we reckon he will do in the Premier League? How long are we going to give him until like if he does flop in the Premier League?
Better than Curtis Jones.
No.
Who's this? Sorry,
Andre for Fulham.
Oh,
so Jack, I'm going to ask you this question regarding Curtis Jones.
Yep.
Are you happy that Curtis Jones is in the plans as a what should I say, a substitute midfielder in behind the 3 at the moment? So McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch are not in the starting 11. You're happy that Curtis Jones is good enough to stay fit?
And to stay fit. Like if he's actually getting coached instead of like Jurgen Klopp using him in a system where he's like, "Go on, lad, just dribble over there for 20 minutes and come back, and I'll hook it up in terms of the 60th minute." It comes down to though, Luke, like good coaching with every player, not just Curtis Jones. Like Arne Slot. You look at what he did in the, was it under 21s a couple of years back? He won obviously the competition under Carsley, was it? Like he can play well in the right system and the right players around him, but obviously it's difficult for any
What
player.
you're saying, so in cut long story short, Klopp didn't know what he was doing with Jones.
Yeah, but we're just going to start throwing names under the bus, though, mate. Like at the end of the day, what's the whole point of getting a manager? Like you can't always guarantee go out and signing him. Like the thing is, though, mate, it was Ginny, it was Curtis. Everyone, certain section of our fan base, they have agendas against players as well. Darwin Nunez has got them as well. Like I get you. Everyone has a favouritism to certain players as well, and all that. If Curtis Jones, say, next 12 months doesn't develop, and a big comes in next summer, then sounds. And especially if Curtis isn't getting in the starting 11 as well. Like, but at the end of the day, mate, it's results-based business and
thing is,
performances, though, lads.
I agree with what you just said, but Liverpool won't sell him.
Oh, yeah, because
One reason why they won't sell him, you know that.
It's the English quota. Like, look at Nat Phillips. We've had Nat Phillips on the books for like last 5-6 years. Like, just look at that. It is.
The only way Curtis Jones leaves the football club is if they don't renew his contract.
Or sell him to Everton. I don't know. Like it's he is a good player, and it depends what people judge as a good player. This is not me saying he's amazing, but he's
can I
a
just
good
ask a question?
quality standard player.
Is he better than Dom Szoboszlai?
Two very different players, lad.
Is it?
No, Szoboszlai coming for 60, 70 odd million, lad.
Yeah.
Curtis Jones was
Is that what Curtis is worth?
Player. I'm not on about transfer fee. I'm on about player.
What in terms of technical players?
In terms of
They're
just
not going to
player in
play left
general.
back, lads.
What Jack just said is the best way to get out of that question. Oh, they're very two different players.
Well, they are. If you are comparing Jones and Szoboszlai stylistically, it's a nonsense argument because they're two very different players.
All right.
They both can play the 10
Okay,
though. Like
wait.
that's the
No, you can't. Jones can't.
Where is, in your opinion, where is Curtis Jones' best position for Liverpool?
I'd say it as an 8.
So why didn't
8/6?
plan as an 8?
Because Jurgen Klopp, as we've seen in his tenure at Liverpool, from a tactical point of view, and we can all agree, when push comes to shove, getting the best out of certain individual players in this Liverpool squad, he'd still beat the football club, mate, Jurgen Klopp, if he could do that. We've mentioned Lucho Diaz. He just must have told Diaz to just come into the box and just shoot, lad. There was no tactical instructions. And probably just Pep Lijnders as well, really. Like, Pep Lijnders is not a better mind than Pep Guardiola from a tactical sense. Pep Guardiola wakes up at 7 o'clock in the morning, like 3 or 4 o'clock in night, and just goes, probably has about 10 tactical boards in his bedroom, lad. He's a master of the game. And that's what we're competing with. And at the end of the day, Curtis Jones, probably another 12 months, might leave the football club. I know he does.
Well,
Every single Liverpool fan will back him, and we wish him well, because that's what we do as Liverpool fans. But at the end of the day, it comes down to Arne Slot. If Arne Slot doesn't back or doesn't think Curtis Jones is good enough, then he'll move him on. Same with other players in this team as well, with Seth Vandenberg, Carvalho, and other players in this squad as well. It will happen. Like, the manager sees more than us fans week in, week out.
Mm.
But if he wasn't a good enough player, like Christ, we've had what? Speeding. We've had absolute dross at Liverpool Football Club over the years. And we all know, obviously, Curtis Jones, he's not on Gerrard's level. But you'd like to hope, but he's not even on Macca's level or whatnot. But that's where he should be. But I get time is running out for Jones because he's 22 years old, 23. You'd expect at this moment in time in his career, he should be pushing into that starting 11 on a more consistent level. And that's what he'd want from a personal point.
The thing is, though, his injuries haven't helped him. But I see this
Similar with Bajcetic though as well, mate. It's all difficult.
But with them two players, one for you, right? Has Harvey Elliott got a long-term future at Liverpool with the options we have?
I thought with this the other day, when
he's not a right winger.
I thought with this the other day when he came against Brentford, and do you know what? I don't know.
I didn't give it a chance, though, is he really? Against the slot.
But what position is he? He's not a right winger.
He's a perfect impact sub. That's what he
yeah,
is.
He's not an 8, I don't think. I don't think he's a winger. Is he a 10? But do we play with a 10?
We do now.
I'd say like an advanced 8, a 10. Really, someone that gets into the box.
No, I like Harvey Elliott, but I just worry for him and his development that he seems to be quite low down in that pecking order.
when it comes to like the squad now, it's obviously like only bringing in Chiesa, but do you think like because it could be Richard Hughes, it could be FSG, it could be even Slot himself if he doesn't want to maybe add to the squad. But do you think, Rick? Like, I'll ask you this: do you think Slot purposely, because he can't be questioned out of this? Do you think he potentially could have gone to the owners or gone to Richard Hughes or Edwards and gone, I want to see this squad for the next 3 to 4 months. So I don't want to bring anyone in. So he's going to go the likes of, we're talking Harvey Elliott, Jones, Darwin Nunez, all these players, and thinking, I want to see these players for the next 3 to 4 months. And if they're not good enough, then yes, in January, we need to reinvest.
January is the hardest time to buy someone, so it won't be January.
All right, so maybe next summer.
Yeah, potentially. But
so he's willing to
but
sacrifice a year.
But there'd need to be some sort of agreement which would allow Slot to do that. And regardless of what happens this season, he still has that option to do what he wants to do next summer. But listen, how many times have I heard next summer this, next summer that, war chest. Well, there was even a report that the next manager after Jurgen Klopp was going to have unlimited funds for a summer. And I'm like, oh, mate, and we've spent 12 mil.
I'd say George is a perfect person to ask him, mate, from an outside point of view. How do you analyse that in terms of, obviously, Harvey Elliott, really, mate, in terms of, obviously, it's difficult. Where do you see him playing?
But before that, Raheem Sterling apparently has only now just turned up to do his medical. That's to Ornstein.
And Ketty is confirmed to Palace, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a good move.
Sorry, George. Go on.
I'll be honest, Jack. I don't know. I'm clueless.
George,
you're clearly seeing Harvey Elliott, lad.
I know who he is. Yeah, I've seen him play football. I don't think he's good enough for Liverpool Football Club, and I don't think he will be good enough for Liverpool Football Club. But I think he will be good. Like in the future, he'll be a good mid-table player for a team like Palace or
Brentford.
Yeah, someone like that. I think he has potential in that regard, but I don't think he's gonna be able to push on to be a world-class goal scorer or assist or whatever he can be for Liverpool. If you want my honest opinion, it's like I also think the same of Curtis Jones.
Why is journalists like freaking Lewis Steele reporting on Everton news?
Because we've got no news.
Like I just got like a notification of
5 minutes.
It was like, what the hell? But yeah,
I get a drink.
They just need to get the paperwork over the line.
Yeah.
Wow. So if I've just realised, if Reece Nelson leaves Arsenal, which I think looks likely, that will be the last player that'll be the last player that's left the club that was there under Wenger.
Wow. That's a stat, man. That is a great.
Well, so they'll have no one else.
No one else has been there under. Yeah. So, I mean, I was just looking at players that have got here. Like you got Nketiah has just gone, so that's what's made the stat. So it's now Reece Nelson.
Bloody hell. That's mad. That to be fair.
I'm just looking at some of these players. Like obviously their captain.
What year did Wenger leave?
2017.
2017, yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Chelsea, you should know that, George. Was Chelsea won the Europa League?
People are saying Raheem Sterling is that football fan on FIFA. Mate. You know, the one that's always in a different kit.
That's what Jack said earlier.
Well,
the thing is now,
4 minutes left, mate.
He's been what?
Rick's just gone 4 minutes after the stream. Get me off it, please.
Yeah, Rick looks like he's been falling asleep the last half hour.
He is like a granddad. He will go asleep.
I'm waiting for Ricky at 11 o'clock to go. Richard Hughes out.
I'm waiting. Well, I was waiting to play this at 11 o'clock, but I'll do it now anyway.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
That's coming back, isn't it? In between,
you could have played that at 8 o'clock, Connor, when you started.
I could have done, but I thought we'd do it once the window.
You could have played that last night after Varela, mate.
Mate, imagine if they
started.
So
I
they just said,
literally messaged Connor. I was like, look,
We were
Barella.
talking with me.
could you imagine if Enzo Maresca's at Stamford Bridge and he stops the paperwork from going through?
but we was talking last night about Varela,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, do you think it could be true? And then it was like people were obviously tweeting about that plane that supposedly went to Porto from Salzburg, and you're like, oh, well, maybe it might happen, and then just
Then
what was
Connor
it,
texted me
15
2 minutes later. What was it? James Pearce, isn't it? No.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
thanks,
mate.
James.
Since when was Arne slot here in the bottom right?
Just had a word about my
When I
scouser.
think about James Pearce,
He's also in the middle at the top there.
You know, when
How's
you
that
think-
possible?
slim.
Who
know
did
when you-
Machine Gun Kelly in the bottom left-hand corner?
I hear voices in the air.
3 minutes till we sign. Here we go. Or here we land. He got a good gig, didn't he? He was on Sky
There
Sports
we
earlier.
land.
Yeah,
That
there
was
we
good, to be
land.
fair.
Richard
That was
Hughes
good.
going to do an apology video of saying sorry with a bunch of flowers in the background.
This.
I can't wait now for all the Liverpool journalists to just come out and go, oh yeah, Liverpool definitely not signing a player. So no shit, Sherlock. So thank you very much for that.
2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Reece Nelson's on his way to Ipswich for a medical.
Oh, that'd be an interesting. Wolves agreed deal to sign winger Carlos Forbes on loan with an obligation to buy for 11.3 million. He's a decent little player. Then. I think he'll do well.
That's a
Rick, you
replacement
can
now.
go to bed in 2 minutes, mate.
He's-
He's not even listening.
That's Ricky there, isn't it?
Well, he's asleep with his eyes. Oh, there he is.
I'll be up at 5.
Oh, Mangala.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
On a loan, of course.
Oh, the FSG in and FSG out brigades all going all over Twitter.
Yeah,
To be
mate,
fair,
it's all kicking off on Twitter, isn't it?
I was about to say, like, do you know what's going to happen tomorrow?
Oh, Reece
Yeah, well-
Nelson and Amanda Broya to Ipswich. Both deals are off.
Wow.
So Nelson obviously staying at Arsenal and Broya.
So
will
your
stay at
stat doesn't
Chelsea.
stand anymore.
So Nelson's
Reece
still the last
Nelson.
player.
Reece Nelson's there. Nat Phillips.
Hasn't he just been given a new contract last season?
Yeah.
So,
I
just hang on a minute. Does that stop the Sterling deal?
Nah, I don't think it will. I think Arsenal will still go ahead with it.
Yeah, but if
At least Chelsea has still got a striker.
Yes. Get in. Get in.
Bloody hell. But because that's the fourth
Well,
time
okay.
switch approach Proscia.
Have you,
So
by the
what's
way,
it-
have you seen Derby County's shirt sponsor?
Yeah.
No.
is it?
It's Fan Hub. It could easily have gone
Oh.
wrong,
Oh, okay.
especially when that Phillips like presenting the. Oh, was it the journey, not the destination? Well, the window's closed, guys.
So,
That's top of these.
at
Motto
least
there.
Chiesa can
Rick,
play.
mate.
At least Chiesa can play 6 this season.
And
So,
left wing.
yeah, must be playing him in the 6.
Yeah.
Deep lying winger.
What are we saying, Rick?
Huh?
It's 11 o'clock.
So where
No,
are we? Where
Sky
are we in
Sports are telling me I've
January?
got 10.
Well, that was fucking dreadful.
Oh, Rick, I've been waiting 3 hours, mate. Come on, I want to hear it.
What? Richard Hughes?
Yep.
That, mate.
Anything.
Anything. Go in it.
That's
Rick,
mate.
I want to see you look into the camera, point in his face, and spit him. That's what I want to see. You go ham on him.
All right. Fucking hell. Well, hey, Richard Hughes, mate, resign. It's 11 o'clock. Give it till Monday, sunshine.
Give us money. Give him another 2 days.
Yeah, you know what? He finishes early on Fridays, didn't he? I heard 3 o'clock in the afternoons.
He's been finishing early for the last 3 months, more like Friday.
Jesus Christ. Oh, right. I think we'll end it there because it's been an exciting window.
Let's
No,
do
we've
another
got, we've got to debate.
Electrifying, mate.
No, we've got to debate the because you can't just end it now. Like,
Of course you can. There was
Yeah,
nothing
let's
going
do
on.
the
Electrifying, mate.
Hey, we've been debating for the last 3 hours.
yeah, no, but we were anticipating Liverpool's magical number 6 coming in. So, lads, from our perspective, where are we finishing? Like, where will we be in January? Hopefully, we're top, but if not,
Top of the
then
league.
Below
Yeah.
Everton.
17.
Below Everton.
Do you know what I can't? Do you know what I can't wait for over these next 6 weeks? all being
Reece
serious.
Nelson.
all
Sorry,
being- Deals off.
no, he's gone to Fulham.
Who?
Reece Nelson.
No, he ain't.
He's not.
He has. It's just come through. He's went to Fulham on agreement deal. Top the Ipswich. I'm not chatting one.
Oh my God!
it's true.
Agreement. Documents.
This is what I'm working with. Jess.
Okay then.
Where's he gone?
He's gone to Fulham.
He dropped me a
What's
message.
Imagine being on the phone to your agent whilst this is happening. That must be a laugh.
That's if the documents get done in time.
Yeah, no wonder he's bottled it and not
Literally
gone.
2 minutes apart. Those two tweets.
Yeah,
John took him on the wrong side.
took him on the wrong roundabout.
That might stand.
Right.
Ward Prowse to sign for Forest. No, do you know what I'm waiting for, Jack? And I'm answering your question before I shoot off.
Because the fan base will be very fractured at the minute. It'll be going absolutely
Oh,
mad.
100%. Look, at the end of the day, I've said this to Kev, and Kev, disagreed with me. We'll agree to disagree. I have always been under the assumption, and you said it earlier, when you let players go, you replace them. You replace them with quality, and we haven't done that. We've let Thiago and Matip go. They're two good players, all right, relevant of injuries and stuff. We've allowed two quality players to go, and you've not replaced them. You've allowed players to go out on loan in certain positions, and you've not replaced them. You've sold Carvalho, you've sold Vandenberg's not a starter, but you've sold players in those positions, and you've not replaced them. It goes down to the owners. It goes down to Richard Hughes. It goes down in Slot's got to take a little bit of the stick, not all of it, but he's got to take a little bit of the stick. But if you're going to answering your question, Jack, I can't wait for the next 6 weeks where we're complaining about injuries.
But no Liverpool fan out there, we don't want injuries, do we? And that's not what you're saying. No, look, on my one, I think it's disappointing. And just small sample size, 130 people that have voted on the poll that I've had on my channel tonight. Out of 130 people that have voted, nice one, everyone that they get involved in that. 85%. So the question was, happy with this window, Reds? A staggering 85% have all said no, that they're not happy with this window, and only 15% are happy. So obviously I'm only a little small channel, but it would be interesting for the bigger channels out there if they did post that with all their thousands of subscribers and all that. Just ask the fan base, are you happy? And then just let the people.
I feel like it would be a lot higher number. No, than the yes, but I could be wrong.
There's a reason why a certain big channel won't put that question up on their one.
It's just everyone.
Rick understand why.
I want to know why. What was it? You said 85%. I want to know why the rest of the percent don't think. Why they think it's a good window. I don't understand how it's a good window.
But we will have contract signings in.
Hey, what a signing!
It's
well, to be fair, signing Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent,
but
Kennington is important.
Yeah, but shouldn't have been left like that.
Sure.
I'm waiting till November. That's what Kev told me. November's when the contracts happen.
Right. We will end it there. Right. So I think, big thank you to everyone for tuning in. We've been live for 3 hours as well. So hopefully you have enjoyed this stream. If you would like this again in January, of course, Jesus Christ, the January window will be a long one. But if you would, then of course let us know as well. Obviously, big thank you to everyone that's been looking on all the channels as well. Obviously, Luke and Ricky from the 1892 Reds TV. Boys, have you got anything coming up?
Transfer deadline. No, true.
United preview tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got United preview coming up, and then obviously throughout. I know it's international break, but we have got the return of the old no ball knowledge quiz next week. And obviously we've got a few other shows lined up. So as I said,
coming last in that.
Yeah, well, it's the same person that's going to come last in the FPL. So, but yeah, obviously, as I said before, we're back a couple of days a week. We're still on our little road to 1,000. So obviously, if you haven't, guys, obviously please come over, subscribe to the channel, and obviously, keep going with the support. Obviously, with Jack, Connor, and Real Slim Shady on the left of the screen. So, yeah,
bloody Slim Shady, but Jack, I know it. Jack, I know, obviously, fan of Road TV. I know you're going to be doing. You're doing a watch along Sunday for United game.
Yeah, it will be. keeps me happy anyway, the fussy. And just speaking to you as well, I do appreciate it, boys. And everyone tuning in as well. You don't understand, so appreciate it. But yeah, no, it's been good. It's hopefully, watch along on Sunday. Hopefully we do batter them. Obviously, we'll do a pre-match build-up tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow that'll be out at 6 p.m. everyone, so tune in on the channel. We'll hopefully get Kevin, the other lads on if they are free as well. But yeah, nice one for having me on, mate, and massive thank you to everyone that has contributed in the chat as well, though. And it's been very civilized on everyone's channel. And that's how we want it to see, really. Even if everyone thinks differently in terms of whether you're FSG in, FSG out, or even in the middle, it's just about having a sensible debate, and everyone's been sound in the comments. So we do appreciate everyone, and nice one to all the mods on all the channels as well. And hopefully the Reds are top at Christmas, and that's the ideal situation we all want to be in as well. But we'll all keep our fingers crossed. And
fingers crossed. Anyway.
Arne does the job. So nice one, boys.
100%. But big up George as well. Thank you for coming on, giving your Chelsea perspective as Mr. Slim Shady. Thank you very much for coming on. Anyway, but
I prefer Joe Hendry.
No, we'll go with Joe Hendry then. You just need a guitar. That's what you need, George. And then you have the complete set. Anyway, but big thank you to everyone as well, like the lads have said. Anyway, obviously check out the previews tomorrow. Obviously go and click everyone's links in the comments down below as well in the description. But until tomorrow, we'll see you guys then. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a fantastic weekend and the rest of your weekend. Ta-ra.